All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to Retrocast. This is episode 5, and today I have a awesome guest. I always have an awesome guest on. I always say that, but I was on his podcast a little while ago.
I should have remembered the number for this.
I think it was 46.
Okay, that sounds right.
It sounds about right. Yeah. Tom.
What up, man?
What's up?
How's it going? It's been a while. We should hang out more.
Yeah, absolutely. I always love having practice doing things like this. So if you ever want me back on your podcast,
dude, I'm always looking to fill fucking time. So just come on. Most of the time, it's just me rambling about nonsense to myself. So if you're just like, hey, I'm bored, you're always welcome.
What I'm like dreading right now is not having an episode ready because I'm hoping like in 2019. Like I already started this, but I'm saying in 2019 I'm going to release an episode every Friday.
Oh wow, okay. I'm not even that good.
I'm gonna try. Because like I used to be so consistent with uploading to the YouTube channel, but now I just haven't uploaded in about a year.
Okay.
So I want to get back into that because I missed it. I don't know where I got the sudden rejuvenation to just continue creating.
When you're like away from something, it's like way easier to be like, oh, I actually like this shit.
Yeah. You start to
swear on this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how it feels. That is exactly how it feels.
Because yeah, it's weird. Like I was just going through. I was like my last episode with Ashley. I was just hanging out with her again recently, and I was like, man, I just don't know why. Like, what am I doing? Like, how do I do things? And it's like I don't know what it is that makes me want to do things, but I just do things. Yeah. And it's weird. Like it's not even necessarily does anything I necessarily do bring like direct joy to me. It's just like a thing I need to do all the time. It's weird. Like the podcast, I don't even know why I do it. I just do it all the time. And it's not like, because like I wish I did have like a more like, oh, I should probably put on a schedule, but I never think to do it that way. So it's just kind of like, oh, well, just do it when it's ready. Like I was just telling you before we started, I have one just sitting there. It's done. I recorded the day after the one I did with Ashley, and just sitting there with my friend Nick, just ready to go. I just have to sit there and comb through and cut out a few things and put the theme song in, and it's done. But I'm just like, I guess the holidays kind of fucked everything up. But
yeah, that always messes things up. How was your holiday?
It was pretty good. Yeah, I just I actually got practical things. I was like talking to my mom about like what I wanted. I was like, oh, I would really like a keyboard. I want to learn the piano. And she's like, but do you want a coat or boots? And I was like, no, I don't. I don't have those things. She's like, well, I'm gonna get you those. I'm like, damn it, I've cornered myself.
Just took the easy way out.
Yeah. So and like she was like, oh, I was like, oh, I have one right here. It's like really cheap. You can get that. And she's like, but you don't own a coat. And I was like, well, you're right. I've been for like the last like 5 years been wearing a North Face that has like a bunch of holes in it. So it's not even a coat. It's just fucking a piece of cloth they put over me.
Yeah.
It's a horrible decision.
Yeah, I remember you talking to Ashley about like you want to start making music.
Yeah, I think it'd be really fun.
I have a keyboard that I don't use anymore. It's not here, but do you want it?
Fuck yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. I'll have to see. It's not mine, it's my sister's, but she doesn't use it either.
We can rob her together.
Yeah, let's do it. let's go over together and just be like, you know what, Mom, we're taking this fucking keyboard out of the house. No one uses it.
Yeah, I just want to like figure it out. And like I was trying to do like FL Studio stuff and like just make like electronic stuff.
Right.
But I have no like groundwork in terms of making music. So I start and I'm like, well, this sounds cool, but I'm really stuck. I don't know where to go after this, and like I think I fucked this up. And then I was like watching people like talk about like music theory and like, hey, most people will do this, but if you have a little bit of music theory, you can do this. And it's like, oh, that sounds way better. I should learn how to do that.
Yeah.
I should figure out how to do basic stuff before I go and try to do something like more serious.
So you've never had any experience with music before? Like have you ever played an instrument
I have
before?
played like bass, but the guy who was teaching me bass, it wasn't like, hey, this is how bass works. It was like, hey, what songs do you want to learn? And then he would just show me like I was like reading or like basically just like copying him. So I don't like, I can play like Money by Pink Floyd, but I know nothing about like why that is a thing I should do. And that's in 7/4, so it doesn't even help me like learn like basic rhythm and stuff.
Yeah, you don't want to start learning odd time. You want to start using just like common time.
That was like the first, he's like, what do you like? I'm like Pink Floyd. He goes, well, I know the song. It's a really bad decision to start with this one, but we'll do this. And I was like, I have no fucking evidence otherwise. I guess we're doing this. And now
have you play with a metronome and stuff?
No.
Oh, that's how that's how I got better.
Okay.
I think the first time I ever went into a studio and recorded something and had to play with a click track, I was just completely lost.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's totally different.
Yeah, it's completely foreign to you.
Yeah.
And then you start to realize your flaws that you may have not realized were there, but then they start to rise to the surface and you're like, oh, I'm not a fully formed musician.
Right, yeah.
I should keep working at this. And it's a constant just like working on yourself and working on your craft, you know, whether you're a musician, a streamer, a podcaster, whatever.
Yeah, you just gotta kind of keep picking away at it.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
For me, it's right now I just have all this creative energy I want to throw at something, but I don't know what that is yet, so I just try a bunch of shit. Like I've been streaming a little bit, I don't know if
That's
you've
good.
seen that a little bit, but I'd been doing like I actually did the restream thing like you told me.
Yeah.
And I was like, that seems really good. And then I got there and they're like, hey, most of this is free. I'm like, fucking, why would I not?
Exactly.
So
How is stream? Oh, could you actually hand me my phone? I gotta. It's on the floor. I'm gonna mute it.
Yeah, no problem. That was weird. It sounded like it came from your side of the room too.
Really? Oh, and it was right behind you.
That's I was so confused. Like it's behind you. Like what?
Unfortunately, when this comes through, I'm gonna have to do a lot of like manipulating with like the sound and like the adding like different effects onto it, because back here for some reason, the first couple times that I did a
No, you're good. I just
oh shit!
hitting things.
Careful.
Yeah.
Like I recorded the episode with my friend Nick out in the living room, and the microphone sounded great, but back here it kind of sounds like we're in a tank.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But
which is weird because you actually have, like soundproofing and like this room is like actually like taken care of.
Yeah,
but that's weird.
it's really weird. I think it's this window.
Oh, okay.
I think it's this window for some reason.
Do you have that problem when you stream too? I've never noticed it every time I watched you. Yeah,
not really.
That's really weird.
Yeah,
maybe it's because I'm talking towards the window.
Maybe, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Sounds weird. Like for me, like when I do it, I have to have my like bedroom door closed, or then there's like this huge echo because I just throw my voice into the hallway.
Yeah,
which is weird because you think I'd be throwing my voice in the other microphone straight ahead from me, but that's not the case ever.
Yeah.
So I just like, I guess that's what I'm doing. Audio Technica, that's the mics I have.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's irrelevant to anyone listening to this,
guys.
but he asked me that question earlier and I could not remember.
So how has streaming been for you?
It's been fun. I've been enjoying it. Yeah,
I saw you were playing Kingdom Hearts.
That's all I want to do with my life. Is play Kingdom Hearts and Monster Hunter. It's about my entire existence. So yeah, I've just been trying to go through all of them, but for some reason, like right now I'm unemployed, so like I don't know why I do this, but like I punish myself and I'm like, oh well, you don't have a job, so you can't have fun. Like you don't just get to stream. I don't know why, but I'm like, oh, this is like, even though it's like work and I'm actually like working on something like to be streaming, my brain is like, but you're just playing this video game you like a lot, so you should probably go look for a job instead of like streaming. So I've fallen behind. I haven't done it in like a couple weeks, but it's been fun. I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
It just like, I'm gonna do it anyway. I might as well fucking stream it. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, you should stream more often. I'll pop in. Like I saw that you were playing Kingdom Hearts. I was on Twitter, but then I got on. You were offline, but I followed you anyway.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah. I've been doing it for like 3 to 4 hours at a time.
Nice.
And like the game I'm playing now is Birth by Sleep, which I don't know if you're familiar with Kingdom Hearts at all, but it's like the prequel to the rest of them. And you have to play each character has a storyline, which they all go to the same worlds 3 times. You repeat everything over and over again. So it's really hard for me to want to play that game for more than like 4 hours.
Yeah.
But if I can get to like the first one or the second one, I'll be there for fucking 18 hours if I have to. Like those games are amazing, but the Birth by Sleep is just not as good, and it's like really broken too. Like I'm playing it on the hardest difficulty, but like what I do a lot of times too is I will play. Like my cousin really likes platinums and like getting like the 100% and all this stuff, so he likes to keep his platinum. He's like at 40 platinums or something at this point, and but he's like struggling with Kingdom Hearts 1, and he was like, "Hey, do you know how to beat like this one boss?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, it's super easy." And he was like, "Well, come over and do it for me." And I did it. I'm like, I beat the boss, hand the controller to him. He goes, "Fuck it, I would have never been able to do that. Just finish the game for me."
That's
amazing. So since then, I've just been going over and like platinuming various games for him, and I've done like a lot of I did Kingdom Hearts 2 once, Kingdom Hearts 1 twice, and then I'm doing Birth by Sleep for him right now. So like I learned how to like what is like really broken, and at one point like I was doing this one boss fight and he just had a baby and the baby keeps like trying to crawl on me. So at one point I was just fighting this like boss and the game is so easy. I just sat the baby there, I took his hand, I kept pressing triangle, and the baby beat the boss for me. He's just like, this is so stupid. Because you just get this one ability that is a gap closer, and it is the particle effect is just a circle around you, but really it's a fucking straight orb. So anything above you and below you, as well as in front of you, you're invincible the entire duration, and you can just do all this damage and clear this huge area. So like you're just invincible. Some of the later like super bosses you can't really abuse that with, so you just use a different ability to abuse it. It's a horribly broken game.
That's incredible though. I mean, I've always wanted to play the Kingdom Hearts series.
They're fun.
The story intrigues me. The only experience I have is do you watch Video Game Donkey?
I don't frequently, but a lot of people do send me his videos, especially the Kingdom Hearts one.
Yeah, I watched the Kingdom Hearts one.
I've gotten that one a few times.
Just from his videos and just how sarcastic he can be, I'm like, I don't know how much of this is true.
Yeah, it's so fucking weird, that story, and like, I'm the crazy person who knows everything, and I can really get like real into it. Actually, the next episode of the podcast I'm releasing is like an hour of us talking about wrestling and then an hour of us talking about Kingdom Hearts, and like that's it. It's just like, or like whatever, it's like an hour and a half long, so it's like split right down the middle of like just wrestling, just Kingdom Hearts, and like it's just constant like this, like that's all I really care about right now, especially with the third one coming out. It's like fucking Christmas every time a trailer comes out, and the whole community online, just because all I do online is follow people who follow or with Pale Waves or follow Pale Waves, a band I like a lot, Kingdom Hearts, and Power Ranger stuff. And so whenever one of those things, something big happens, it's fucking Christmas. Everyone's going crazy. Everyone's losing their mind. Like, oh my God, this thing's happening.
Absolutely.
So like my fucking feed just blows up with all this shit, and it's like fucking so much fun. So Kingdom Hearts, it's like a lot lately because they put out 2 trailers this month, and then the song that Skrillex and Utada are doing, which I don't know if you've heard, fucking delicious.
I
so
haven't
good.
yet. But
so good. It's not finished. We only have like a minute of it, but boy, is it so good.
the best minute.
It's so good.
The best minute.
There was a friend of mine who is like really into like video game OSTs, a thing I didn't know people were, but I'm very glad are. I mentioned that like, oh, I fucking love the song. I wish there was more. And he's like, hey, actually, if you go to Utada's website, there's a version that's 7 seconds longer. You bet your fucking ass I went to that. Been listening to that nonstop.
So you're a wrestling fan?
Was a lot when I was younger, super into it. And since getting older, I've kind of fallen out of it, but I'm fascinated by the production of it.
Yeah.
And I think the behind the scenes stuff and like have you ever seen, so you're familiar with wrestling?
Yeah.
So like the CM Punk like pipe bomb thing?
Yeah.
Is the greatest moment in wrestling history, I think. It's so fascinating of just like this guy literally just breaking down the walls and explaining everything and going out. And then the podcast he did with, I don't remember who it was.
Colt Cabana?
Yes, that one. Fucking, so good. And just, I love that shit so much. And so like, I don't really care to watch just like dudes wrestling, but like watching them like figure it out. Or like if they do it really well. It's like fucking fantastic. Like I went to see the NXT house show they did over here a couple years ago.
I wasn't able to go to that, but I heard it was incredible.
It was amazing.
NXT is incredible.
Everyone, like, this was a non-filmed event. No one cared but the fucking, 500 people in the crowd, and they gave every 100%. It was amazing. They gave everything on the fucking mat, and I was like, this is so amazing.
Yeah.
Everyone's going so hard. Like, fucking Charlotte Flair was amazing that night. Just like, and no one fucking saw this except for the few people that are here. Like, it's just so crazy how much they put into it. And it's like, oh, WWE actually sucks because, like, it's these, like, smaller promotions that are amazing. People care so deeply. It's amazing. It's just so cool.
And they're getting people into NXT that have also wrestled for years, but have been major indie stars.
Yeah, yeah.
They brought when they brought in Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
Like, I lost my fucking mind. I never thought we'd see Samoa Joe in WWE or AJ Styles.
Yeah, I've always like that's a guy I always never thought would actually make it over. I feel like he was just like he's just gonna do it. He's doing super well at this. I couldn't imagine he would jump into WWE, and then but I guess when you just throw money at the problem, anyone's gonna say yes.
Yeah, he carried TNA. He carried like Impact Wrestling for a long time.
Yeah, I really like. We also went to see. I think it was Northeast Wrestling. I think it was the promotion, and they had the Hardys show up.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so, like, I haven't seen Jeff in like a decade, and he was like my favorite growing up.
Yeah.
And then he disappeared for that large length of time, then went over to Impact, and I don't give a fuck about Impact.
I don't either. I heard it's doing good.
Apparently, it's way better than it was, but back then it was a fucking dumpster fire.
I guess like there was so much. I don't know this for sure, but I guess there was just a bunch of like controversy like behind the scenes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with the previous owner.
I think
there's Dixie Carter.
Yes, that's right. Yes, that's yeah.
And like I guess it just got really like shitty, like financially, and so they got rid of her, and then they got somebody new. I don't know who's running it now, but I heard it's getting better.
Okay. Yeah, because like for years it was like just kind of like the place that the people you liked went to, but it's like everyone's like, this is fucking horrible. So it was never.
I started watching when Kurt Angle left WWE and went over to TNA.
That's right.
For
He was
a while.
over there for a while. Yep.
That was when TNA was actually good back in the day. I think because they had so many talented stars. Because like AJ was there, Samoa Joe was there, and Kurt Angle was there. His feud with Samoa Joe was incredible. Like he went out and he like Samoa Joe like told him like backstage to break his nose, so like he headbutt him and just like busted his nose open.
I love that shit when they're just like, yo, fuck me up real good.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason for you to just absolutely decimate me, but fucking do it right now.
Yep.
And that's the cool thing about like wrestling, especially like learning about the behind the scenes stuff, like how some of this stuff happens. Like on the episode we were talking about the one Hardy fight where he I forget who he's fighting against, but they had put like the screwdriver in his gauge and like twisted it.
Oh my god!
And it's like, that was Jeff's idea. Know that was him being like, fucking destroy me for no reason, just make my life miserable.
Yeah.
that
was so cringy.
It's nuts. It's like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
But like that's always been his thing. It's just like I'm gonna hurt myself in a crazy way.
Yeah.
Like there was some tweet I saw where it was like a guy. It was just like It was a gif of a guy jumping off of like a fence and just going through a table, and it was like the caption was like guy falls over Jeff Hardy, and then just the guy jumping off, just throwing himself through a table. It was just like, oh, this is so ridiculous. But yeah, like it's so much fun to just watch people just, and he's still my favorite, I think, to this day.
It's incredible how old he is, but he still doesn't really get hurt.
Yeah, I mean,
he said like in an interview recently, he was just like, I don't do swanton bombs that much anymore because they hurt. And then the next pay-per-view he does, he's hanging from the Hell in the Cell, and he's hanging from the roof, and then he just like drops down onto a table, and it breaks. And I'm like,
he's actually a master at just taking bumps in a way that I don't understand. As a child, trying to recreate the things, even though I told you not to on TV, but you still try them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. My brother and I used to do backyard wrestling and stuff on our trampoline.
Yeah, I've hurt myself numerous times trying to do a swanton bomb. It is not a pleasant thing to do. That's how I learned how to do a flip, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because you need to, or you're in a lot of pain. But my favorite quote from Jeff Hardy ever is in an interview, and someone's like, he's like, people often tell me it's fake, but you can't fake gravity.
Yeah, no.
And it's like, no, yeah, he's right. Yeah, you fucking can't. Yeah. That's a miserable thing.
Like, there was you know how, like, Matt Hardy's, like, finishing move, one of his finishing moves is, like, a leg drop from the top rope? He's done that so many times that he just recently retired because the doctor said that his spine is fusing with his pelvis.
No shit.
Yeah, because he's done that for so many years.
That's insanity.
And then like I'll go back and watch a match like on Raw, like in 2006 or something, when like Matt and Edge were like feuding, that like whole love triangle thing.
Oh, yeah.
Which is really interesting that they brought that story from real life into.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, that was a real life thing.
That's so fascinating.
Yeah. And then so like he's on top of the steel cage and does like a leg drop all the way from the top onto Edge. I'm like, how does that not hurt?
Oh, it's gotta be miserable.
Yeah.
I love his like the whole broken Matt Hardy thing.
Oh yeah, that was brilliant.
Magic.
It was a great way to recreate his character, to reinvent himself, because just plain old Matt Hardy was getting boring.
Yeah, when I was very distant from wrestling when that happened, and my friend's like, "Hey, I know you haven't been paying attention to this in years. This is 100% going to get you back in. Just trust me." And he put on the very first like the few like first videos that they did, and I was like, "This is broken brilliance. Like this is amazing.
Yeah.
I love everything about this."
Did you see the match, the TNA match from? It was, I forget what they called the match then, but it was like at the Hardy compound.
Yes,
that was incredible.
So amazing.
That was.
I didn't realize I had a compound.
I've never seen anything like it. It's just like they just go out into like their house, to like their land and where they live, and just like in Carolina, and just film that shit.
It's so cool that they have that though. It's like. Could you imagine you just have a place where you can just kind of fuck around, like just a compound where you can just do shit like that, and like it's just that's like. Seeing that was so fun, just like, oh my god, they just own this and they just fuck around with it. It was amazing.
And I mean, WWE did their interpretation of it also.
Yeah,
it was all right. It was all right.
It's just nothing's gonna beat that because no one expected that first one.
Yeah,
that first one was just like, what what is happening? Why?
Also, WWE is very limited in what it can do because it's got to market to the children nowadays.
Right? Yeah. Which is unfortunate. That's why what's his face?
That's kind of why I dropped out of it.
Yeah, what's his face had to stop doing the curb stomp because they're like, kids are gonna try this.
Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're like, you kids do this now. That's gonna break a fucking face open.
Yeah,
remove this from.
I think they brought it back.
I did that. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably not good, but
it's
kind of a weak finisher anyway.
Yeah,
like it's kind of really boring.
Who do you think has like the weakest finisher of all time?
All time? Fuck, that's a great question. Let me think. It's been so long since I've had like. Man, that's a great one.
I think Edge's spear.
Yeah, because even Rhino had like the gore.
Yeah,
and I was like, that's more interesting. It's the same thing.
Rhino's built like if he
Goldberg,
was
same thing.
Goldberg. If they were charging at me, I'd be like, get the fuck out of the way. But like if Edge was running at me, like I mean, he's strong, but he's not. He never really had that like that like really strong.
He's not intimidating
build that Vince McMahon was after.
Yeah.
God, Vince McMahon just like drools over like this large, sweaty,
100%,
muscly men.
He was a bodybuilder like a long time ago.
Yeah.
So like I totally get it.
He still bodybuilds, I think. Isn't
he like 80?
Yeah, he's like 80, and his traps are bigger than my face.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then it's fucking. Actually, the best one is still the 619. Fucking anyone out there, fight me.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it's the most like ridiculous and impractical setup, but fuck, is it not the coolest thing I've ever seen?
Ray accidentally killed someone in
no shit.
Like in like Mexico or something like that, doing that move.
Really?
Yeah. Or I think his neck was broken beforehand, but when he connected with the 619, it just went like.
Wow, that's intense.
Yeah.
Because that move's awesome. You got the follow-up, too, where you can jump off the top rope after you hit it.
Yeah.
And it's, so dope.
Not to completely put a damper on, like, your favorite finishing move of all time.
I mean, it's fucking everything about wrestling is dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, fucking Stone Cold is told, hey, if you do this one more time, you're going to fucking die. Everything about your life is broken.
Did you know who Daniel Bryan is, right?
Mm-hmm. He's also a broken person, right? He came back, though.
Yeah. So, like, there was a recent pay-per-view where he wrestled against Brock Lesnar.
But why?
I don't, because
He's an
for
animal.
the title. I think it was for the title. But there was Daniel Bryan sold this incredibly well. Like, we were actually two of my friends, Peyton and Norm. Hey guys, we did like a co-stream on Mixer. We'll have to do that sometime too.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that was a thing you could do. That's kind of cool.
If it's if you invite people to your co-stream, they'll be like, if you and I were to do one, we would be on the same page, but like both of our streamers would be right next to each other.
Oh, that's really
cool. So everyone that's watching can watch both of us at the same time.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
That would also help because sometimes I don't really want to talk about stuff.
No.
Just way
we all
easier.
have those moments as streamers where we're just like, oh fuck, I've been streaming for 8 hours. I have nothing left, and I have nothing left to say.
Yeah, most of the time I'm just like, I'm gonna explain why I'm doing these things in this game, but this game's so simple, it's like not helping me.
Yeah.
I need a lot more going on because I'm just hitting triangle a lot.
Yeah. We were doing our live reactions to this pay-per-view, and Brock kept doing German suplexes.
Suplex City, bitch.
Yeah, and like Daniel was like landing on like the back of his head, and Brock was just like, lately, Brock. I'm not a fan of Brock Lesnar anymore because he's really careless. Like he once went out like these two jobbers, like these two managers, just like he threw them like on the back of their heads and stuff. Like he just didn't care.
Like I don't blame. I blame him for being careless, but like that's also like the persona he has to like live up to now as like a monster.
I guess so.
So he almost like has to be an asshole and just like be horribly mean to everyone, like be unsafe and like seem reckless.
That's true.
But like they shouldn't have built him that way.
Yeah, I think that he could go about being reckless and do that same exact stuff, but actually take care of his.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe he thinks that he's doing the right thing. I don't know, but. We were scared that Daniel Bryan was actually hurt because there was this one suplex where he landed on the back of his head and he's just like laying on like the ground. His face is just like he just looks like he's not there. Yeah. And we were sitting there, we're like, fuck.
That's a concussion.
Brock fucking really hurt this guy, and it's like it was like a neck injury too.
Oh yeah,
that he came back from. So
that's
really that's like really cringy to watch.
It's so crazy too that like he was like basically told if you keep doing this you'll die. And he's back. Like this is how much he loves this shit. Like he doesn't even care. Like I don't even know if I have something like that. I mean, I'm not doing anything that's very like harmful to my body, so it's hard to compare. But like, is there something out there where it's like, fuck, this is all I care about? That I would die for this. When you guys were doing the co-stream, were you guys able to show the thing, or it's just like a watch along?
No, we were just. I had music on in the background.
Okay, that's cool. That's always fun. The kind of funny guys, they do that a lot. Where they'll just like they'll put on the event for them, and then they'll just be sitting there kind of commentating over it. Yeah. Like when I watched. What was I watching? Oh, it was WrestleMania. I watched WrestleMania. I watched them watch WrestleMania. I didn't watch WrestleMania this year. I didn't have access to it. So I was like, well, they're gonna watch it. So I'm like, I'll just see what they're doing. And I missed some cool moments, but like, hey, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I don't even remember what happened this year at WrestleMania.
That was this year the one the Hardys came back? No, it was last year.
Maybe
it's last year, I think. Yeah. So like the Hardys came back, and actually that one too, I wasn't watching at all, and I had a bunch of people texting me like, "Yo, they're fucking back," and I was like, "What is happening?" I don't understand what's happening.
At WrestleMania, all I really care about is the Undertaker's match.
But they keep fucking that up.
They do.
I'm not happy with that at all.
He's fucking it up. It's
true,
his problem.
He needs to. He should have gone. He should have been gone a long time ago. I don't even know why they ruined his record. What a stupid fucking thing to do.
Here we go back again to Brock Lesnar.
Of course,
it's all Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. And like, yeah, it's just fucking so dumb. It's so dumb. What a waste of time. Just fucking.
Yeah. I'm sure Undertaker was just like, yeah, I want Brock to be the one. Mm-hmm. But why?
Right. Yeah.
Why? Out of everybody.
Yeah. It's not even like they have like a history previously. Like
they've wrestled a couple times, but there's really
it's not
nothing.
But it's not like I would have almost like loved if it was just like him and Kane over and over again because they like they had a thing when they were younger. But I guess with Kane being not what he was, it's like weird because he's spent so much time just being an accountant basically like and wearing slacks in the ring. I
guess originally the streak was supposed to end at WrestleMania 21 when he faced Randy Orton. This was back in like 2005.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah
apparently it was supposed to end
that
there.
Makes sense. He was the legend killer back then.
But then Randy Orton was like, no,
God bless.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I love Randy Orton. I respect him so much.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And like it's fun to like have come back after such a long gap. And he's like one of the old guard now. Mm-hmm. But I remember him being like the young kid that was just murdering people.
And he used to get in trouble a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love him a lot. He's a cool guy. Yeah. He's a nice dude. I don't know. I would like to watch wrestling more, but I also don't have like 3 hours every fucking 2 days or whatever.
I don't either.
It's so
Not
long.
Anymore.
Yeah. Like when I was like way younger, I don't know how I used to do it. We used to record it. I would sit down. I'd watch a fucking 3-hour Raw, a 2.5 hour
I think it's just
SmackDown.
because we had fewer responsibilities then.
Yeah, I guess that's true. And like it does not as like fun to just like watch like the shittier matches.
Because there really are just shitty. I watch NXT. I watch almost all the NXT events.
But like the events are way more fun. Like it's weird. Like I feel like the pay-per-views are worth it, but you only get like as invested if you're watching up to it. So it's weird. I never like. So a lot of times I'll sit down for a lot of the pay-per-views. I have a lot of friends like, oh, let's watch this one. And I'll sit down. It's like I know who these people are, but I don't give a shit about this feud at all. I'm just going, well, I'm hope to God these guys put up a good performance because I don't care about any of this story. So it's like I don't know. I would like to. I like it a lot, and I wish there was like. What is that football thing they do every fucking what's the fucking called? Not painting game. What the fuck is it? It's like a documentary series where it's like a college football team and it follows them for a while. Or is it maybe it's a professional football team? I don't even know what it is.
I have no idea.
I forget. It's like they basically started like spring training and you just like go through like what's going on. I want that for wrestling. Just like everyone like behind the scenes, what's going on.
They do that on the network.
I'm not paying for the network for that.
I have the
Put it on YouTube.
I have the network if you want my info for it.
Oh well, yeah.
There's this program called 24 where they go behind the scenes and like follow the superstars during the day. Like there's one for like WrestleMania.
Okay, that's cool.
For like the day that like Undertaker's streak ended.
Oh wow.
And it like follows him around and stuff.
And he's like fully aware it's happening. And
yeah,
that's pretty
exactly.
cool. Yeah.
It was pretty cool to see.
So that's kind of cool. I like that stuff. I like the idea that these are just like they're actually people acting and like. That's why I never understand people like, it's fake. It's like, fucking, that's the only reason I'm here.
Yeah. And 24 is shot in 4K.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I don't have a 4K TV, but I always appreciate people shooting anything in 4K.
Yeah. We have a 4K TV out there in the living room, but I've never watched anything that's 4K on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you have like a PS4 Pro or anything? Anything at all that can use it?
Yeah, my roommate does.
Oh, okay. So you can at least like sort of use it.
Yeah.
Even though the PS4 Pro doesn't actually do 4K, right? Or something? The Xbox One X does. But the way the PS4 Pro does it, it's not quite 4K or something.
I want to bring it. Have you ever played Subnautica?
No, but I hear it's pretty great.
It is pretty great. I want to bring it out there sometime and just play it. Or Sea of Thieves, because I think Sea of Thieves is in 4K.
I think it is, yeah. Do you like Sea of Thieves?
I love Sea of Thieves.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. It makes me fall asleep, though.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand people playing it. Nothing really seems to happen.
I love playing it with friends. It's really it's really fun for at least 2 hours.
Yeah, if you have like a crew, that seems like it'd be a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. Like, but I also like when I want to be able to play a game that allows me to do it by myself if I don't have my gang, or most likely I never will, because it's hard to find people that are like, oh, I want to play this game all the time. So yeah, like I really wish I could have like a solid Monster Hunter clan. Boy, that would be a good time. Because they start adding like these. They're called Arc Tempered, but they're just basically like super versions of the Elder Dragons that you've been fighting for thousands and thousands of hours. Mm-hmm. And so they're just like harder. They usually have like some extra mechanic or whatever, or they'll just do something different. Like, and a lot of them are really cool and they give you a cool thing if you do them, but it's like semi doable by yourself, but it's not as fun by yourself. I'd rather have like a gang to like, let's figure this out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then they recently, it's kind of over now. It's been over for a while, but they did the Final Fantasy 14 crossover event with Monster Hunter, and they gave the Behemoth, which was like the hardest boss they've ever put in the game or whatever. At least for World. I've never played anything really before that, but. And it was like an MMO battle. Like you needed 4 people. You needed to like juggle aggro and like play work with mechanics, because he'd like bring down comets that you'd have to like hide behind for his big attack. But he can also destroy them, so you had to make sure you're like playing him in a certain area, but you're not too far from the comets. So when the ecliptic meteor comes down, you don't just die. And I hit a move that just would kill anyone on the map that wasn't behind this fucking comet. It was really cool, but I had to like do the whole thing as like a pug, and just like, this is a nightmare. These people are terrible. I went on Reddit and was like, hey, does anyone want to help me? And like they were all terrible.
Oh man, you reach out on Reddit and you get just a bunch of like terrible people.
Dude, it was so weird. It was like it was 4 of us. One guy who was really good, he was actually really good. And we attempted to do it like 2 people, but like without a very specific build and weapon layout, it's like really hard to do. There's like a really easy way to cheese it. And I learned this way later, but way past the point where I'd already finished it. But the other 2 guys were abysmal, and like the one guy's girlfriend was just shrieking the whole time. Like, seemed like she was laughing, or a mouse kept walking in the room. I couldn't tell which, but she was so loud. It was just like, and so we'd be like, oh hey, I'm gonna drop this guy. Because like the other thing too, he'd call these tornadoes, but you could use a flash pod and you could stop him from casting the tornado. But if you don't want to use 2 at the same time, so I'm gonna flash this one. So you're like, oh hey, I'm gonna do this thing, and then she would just scream over everyone's headphones, like, bro, shut up! Like, we're trying to communicate right now. This is really important. And it was just like really annoying. And then when it finished, it was just me and the other guy. He's like, yo, I don't want to be like mean, but you were like the only good one that we had. I'm like, I know, dude. I'm sorry. Like, that was so bad. It's just like those guys were terrible. Like, they were very nice, but they were not good at this game at all.
Yeah, you get those people online.
Yeah. And it's hard too, because like you want to like give everyone a shot. You're like, I just want to try this, but
at some point you just gotta be like, dude,
like you're like, something here is not working. Like, this is just too difficult. And it's funny too. As soon as I did it with like, I reached out to another person online and we had done it, and then like we did it for the first time. Oh, great, but like you still had to do it a few more times to get all the stuff. And so I started just doing like regular pug groups and cleared it like 10 times in a row. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why was this so hard? And now it's like super easy.
Yeah.
And it was just ridiculous.
Just because you got the right people.
Right, yeah. Just constantly randomly. There was one time where someone did come in with the cheese build, and I recognized it. I was like, this is insane. Like, this is like what he's doing is fucking crazy. He basically like can stun him. He was like the heavy bow gun, so it's like bigger ammo rounds, and you have like a carpet bomb thing you can shoot off, and that does a ton of damage, but you can like stun him too. So he'd like get stunned, you'd rain a bunch of damage on him. And like I watched him actually break the fight. Like, he's supposed to like call down the comets throughout the fight, but he was stunned for so long and took so much damage. As soon as he would come out of stun, he would just call down 4 comets immediately and then just run away. He would do the big attack and run away. Like, we skipped phase 3. Like, he had done so much damage. He walked into the phase 3 room, immediately dumped all his comets, called down a clipped meteor, and ran to the phase 4 room. Like, this is insanity.
Oh my god.
I've never seen someone literally break this fight. This is crazy.
Yeah.
The Japanese players are so good in that game. It's like unbelievable.
Oh, dude, Japanese basically breeds gamers, professional gamers.
Dude, it's great. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It must just be like dedication and like, I don't know, just being smarter than me. But
yeah, I don't know, man. I'm Asian and I haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah, like they're just so good. And like, I guess too, they've had it for a long time, like the whole franchise, and it's so big over there. Like, they have like Monster Hunter like cafes, and I want to go to one so bad. It looks so cool.
That's crazy. I've never played Monster Hunter, but I want to get into it.
It's super fun. It's a lot of fun. Like, it's weird too, because I've always tried to get into Monster Hunter, and never worked. Mm-hmm. And then this one, they released a beta. And you could use the training room, which is new. They've never had a training room, but you can basically try every weapon out. And then there was a couple of hunts they allowed you to do. And I just booted up. I'm like, let me just figure out my weapon, because that's what everyone says. Like, once you find your thing, this game gets way better. And I just tried a bunch of stuff, and I got to the dual blades, and I was like, oh, I see why people like this game. Now it's starting to click. And then since then on, I've just been... It's all the time. They just released a fucking overnight, without telling anyone, an Assassin's Creed crossover event. Yeah, I don't know why. Assassin's Creed just dumps themselves into every game imaginable. They have a Final Fantasy 15 event.
I haven't even given Assassin's Creed a chance.
Like, none of them?
None of them.
Oh, wow. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm a huge fan. I don't actually give a shit at all. I've never even finished my favorite one, which is Black Flag. I just do the pirate shit, and then I stop. I have no idea where that story goes. Could care less. But boy, do I own all of the seas. And do I have the greatest ship imaginable. It's just the best pirate sim. But when, like... And they're not, like... They're okay. My cousin's a huge fan. I don't really get it. They're like, they control like garbage, and I don't get it. And apparently some of the
like
newer
literal
ones,
garbage,
like absolute trash. Like, you'll be running up a building, and there's like a chimney in the way, and like instead of just going over the chimney, like you'll go on the chimney and just springboard backwards, and you're like, but why? I was going this way. Why is this doing? Or like you get into like, if you don't run in a place where it's very clear, because it's not complicated. You hold like R1 or R2 and forward, and that is the mechanics of free running in that game. And so sometimes the game's like, I don't fucking know what you want. There's like a corner here, and I don't know how to deal with this, so I'm gonna just jump into the street as opposed to following the guy that you were clearly chasing. So it gets kind of annoying. And apparently some of the new, I've only really played 1, 2, and then 2's story got so fucking dumb, and it ends with like ancient aliens, and I was like, this is not real, is it? And then it was, and I was like, I don't care about the story ever again. And then the only reason I went back is I was like, well, pirates are fucking cool. I want to sail around in a boat. And then that's what I did. That's what I was always surprised too. And what is that game that's supposed to be? It was inspired by Black Flag. Not Black Wake. Skull and Bones. The Ubisoft game, Skull and Bones. It's just the pirate, like the boat section of Black Flag, but like multiplayer and stuff.
Yeah.
And every like online commentator I follow, they're like, "Why would you want this? I want to be the assassin." It's like, who the fuck played Black Flag to run around like an asshole in an island? No one. Why would you want that? All I want to do is play as the boat. What are you talking about?
I want to be the boat.
Yeah, that's all you are. You just play as the boat. It's just the boat sections. It's like, yeah, that's all I fucking want. Like, maybe let me customize my character, maybe. Then I'll be like, oh, how nice. But I don't care. I'm looking to shoot cannons at people. I'm looking to put boats in the fucking on bottom of the ocean. I don't know. That game's fun, though.
Yeah.
But, like, I've never... Like, I was playing recently, and I, like, had gotten a little further in the story. I'm like, this is dumb as fuck. I'm just running around in islands. I don't care. Put me on my boat. And at one point, they take the boat from you. I'm like, but why? I've never gone back, actually. That's the furthest I got. The part where they, like, take the boat from you. And they're like, there's supposed to be some dramatic thing of, like, betrayal. I don't even remember what happened. I just know I didn't have a boat, and I didn't care less. Because I just want to sail my boat. They let you, like, take over, like, forts and stuff, which is pretty cool. And you, like, have to, like, sail around the boat and, like, launch, like, you get different cannon options to, like, attack the boat. And there's one that's, like, on, like, a very small island, and you can, like, shoot from behind it and hit from the parts of the back. I just want to sail a boat. I want to take. That's why there's the One Piece game that just got, like, it was announced later last year, but I think we finally got a date. But whatever it is, I think it's like January. Looks so fun. I'm just a pirate, but I'm also Luffy, which is the best pirate.
Yeah.
That's all
the kind of pirate you can be.
That's all I want. It's barely pirate stuff. It's just mostly people running around punching each other on islands, but there's occasionally pirate stuff, and it's great. That's why it's the best series in the world, all of it.
Have you played Red Dead Redemption 2?
I haven't, because I've never finished Red Dead 1, because I just find myself playing poker.
You don't need to. It's a prequel.
I know it's a prequel, but I have this affliction where I have to do everything in order. I don't know why.
I can understand that. I was like that a lot when I was younger.
I want to play Witcher 3 more than anything. But I have to get through 7 books and 2 games before I can get there, and so I haven't played Witcher 3 yet. You bet your ass I own it. I own all of it, but I haven't gotten to it because there's 7 books and 2 games before it.
I forget. What consoles do you own?
I own a PS4, the Switch, and PC.
Okay. Damn. Okay. I was gonna say.
Yeah, so you have an Xbox One right there.
Yeah. I mean, are we friends on? Do you have my PSN?
I have no idea. Maybe I can check right now.
Okay.
But I actually don't know. But I do. I don't know. I do enjoy the PSN. Actually, you know what I haven't done in a long time is get the fucking the free PSN games. I don't even know why I haven't, but I haven't.
I'm pretty sure that my PlayStation subscription ran out.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't been streaming PlayStation games in a long time, so I haven't really had a need to. That's really the only time I play video games is when I stream them.
Yeah, honestly, I've found myself doing that too. I haven't put. But like really even booted anything up except for the few times every time they do a Spider-Man DLC I would sit down for the 3 hours and just clear it. Yeah. And then I played Monster Hunter for like an hour last night to do the Assassin's Creed thing, and like that was it. And I was like, why don't I play this game more? I just like this game, but I don't honestly, yeah, I've just not had like the will unless I was like, oh, I'm streaming.
Yeah. Recently, when I've been editing podcast episodes and YouTube videos, when I wait for stuff to render and stuff like that, I'll just fire up my Xbox and play Skate 3.
Yo. It's dope.
Yeah.
I am friends with
just appear offline so people don't send me messages asking me if I want to play Fortnite.
Do you still play Fortnite?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I've given up on Fortnite.
My friend just messaged me yesterday, like a group chat from college, and like, yo, let's get into Fortnite. It's full of casuals. We'll probably do well. I'm like, bro, you have no idea what you're talking about. Like, yeah, maybe on like the Switch version, but fucking you're gonna want to play the PC version, and that's hard.
Yeah.
This is where the good people play, and it's not fun. Like, because I tried to get really into it, and
where the good people and the hackers play.
Do people still hack in that game? Do you think people can do?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I know like PUBG had a real bad problem with that, and I had a couple friends who were super into PUBG, and I would play with them, and there was one point where we were playing, and we could see in the kill feed this guy whose name was just nonsense. He's like, that's a hacker. And then us having to like eventually get into like an actual firefight with him, and it was like, oh Jesus, this is fucking so hard. And we almost took him out too because they were way better. I say we, I helped none, but they were actually like almost about to kill this guy who was completely cheating, and he had infinite grenades or something too, and it was just like super fucking hard. Like at one point he threw the 2 grenades. I'm like, I'm clear, and then the third one came down. I'm like, I'm dead.
Yeah.
This is the end of me. And then I died, and they almost killed him. And then we my friend would watch. As a way to watch the immediate last game you just played in PUBG, so he would do that, and he watched it, and he sent us the clip on he videotaped on his phone and sent it to us, and he's like, yeah, this guy was totally hacking, this is crazy, the things he was doing, the distance he was from us, and I was like, oh wow, okay, yeah, this makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, I don't know why I want to love Battle Royale, I play, but I just don't care. I don't understand why. And it seems such a cool medium and a cool. It's
a great
genre.
idea, It's kind of like you get 100 people online, load them onto a map, the last man wins.
Yeah.
But have you played the new Black Ops?
No, but that one looks dope. That Battle Royale actually looks sick.
It's all right. I mean, I suck at it, so but the sound in that game is just horrible. Oh, yeah. I remember I was in a house just looting something, and then somebody just came up and knifed me in the back of the head. I didn't even hear him.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even hear him. The sound in that game needs to be fixed.
Oh, that's a problem.
If the sound gets fixed, I'll start playing Blackout a lot more.
All right. Yeah, because that's a huge part of that whole thing is just you really need to be able to hear things. That's why I really struggled with Fortnite right away, because I don't know where people are. I don't know why, but I don't feel like they're actually I can't fully understand where someone is spatially.
Yeah. If I'm in a house, if someone's upstairs, I can hear them
right, that
running
makes
around.
Sense. Yeah.
But it's Black Ops. It's where's that?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's always that, and it's funny too because I'm a huge fan of Counter-Strike, and their sound is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't think it's ever been replicated since.
I've never heard anyone do it correctly, and so whenever I'm playing something, is this, if it's not like Counter-Strike, I can't follow. And they actually had a battle royale mode, and even then I was like, this is not as fun. But you have way less ammo than that. That's really weird how low ammo you get. But yeah, it's just oh my god, this is if this is not even close to that, because that game's and granted the maps are less weird in a Call of Duty or even Fortnite or PUBG with multi-layers and all that kind of stuff. It's usually just mostly flat, maybe a couple of points of elevation, so it's not too complicated. But
yeah,
that game's just hard for other reasons.
I'm a lot better on multiplayer, on online.
And Black Ops?
Black Ops,
or
yeah.
Black Ops, yeah. That's what it's actually called.
Hardcore team deathmatch, all the way.
Yeah, I wish I could get back into Call of Duty. I might buy it. If I had money, I would buy it. Because I do having just kind of a thing where you kind of just fuck around, you don't care too much.
Yeah.
Because I just get super competitive and I want to just be really good, but it's hard. I've been playing the new Smash a bunch.
Dude, I love it.
It's very fun. Do you have it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
I don't own a Switch, but my roommate does.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're down to hang out after. If you want.
Sure, totally.
Yeah, if the Switch is out there, we could probably play. We could probably fire up Smash.
Oh, dope. Yeah, it's super fun, and I've just been playing a bunch online. I'm not great. I wish I was, but I'm not, because it's I have so much muscle memory from Melee and Project M in me that small things like shield grabbing is fucking terrible in this game, and I just can't stop. I was playing Marth a bunch when the game first came out, because that's just who I'm used to playing. So I'm well, this will just make sense. It'll just be easy to and I was no, this is totally wrong, and everything sucks, and this grab range is abysmal. I can't do this. So I had to pick a totally random character. So now I main Richter and Cloud.
Yeah. I'm
just done. I can't. If I'm gonna play this game, I'm gonna play characters that make no sense to any other Smash game. So I have zero fucking muscle memory. But I love Richter. He's so fun. Yeah. I don't think he's good at all, and I think a lot of people have figured him out. But if you don't know how to play against him, he's so oppressive and he's so mean, and you just don't get to play. I've been playing with a bunch of my friends, and they'll oh yeah, sure, let's play, and then I just sit there just throwing shit at them. And they're I can't even fucking play. I just get a bunch of I just die, and it's just yeah, he's fucking oppressive as shit, and it's super fun, but. It's weird too. I've never played a lame character in a fighting game where it's just you just sit back and throw shit and just keep them away. But it's super fucking fun. I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I am, but it's so fun.
I love K. Rool only because of the way that he runs.
K. Rool's so weird.
Yeah,
I played.
I had a dream last night that he was trying to like break into my parents' house, but then when he runs in, he breaks the door and he's like coming in like that. And I woke up and I just started laughing.
Dude, he was so weird. My friend was like, dude, K-Rool's like a lot of fun. It's like, all right, I'll play him. And as soon as I jumped up and my forward air felt like a back air and my back air was a forward air, I stopped the game. I'm done. I can't do this character. He's so weird to me. His up smash is like that weird like planking thing. It's like, what is happening? What is he?
Did you see that K-Rool meme from Smash when they were like from the reveal trailer? It was like what you see, and then it's just like a girl just like from like a point of view of just like giving you like a blowjob, and then it's like what she sees, and it's just like a picture of K-Rool like looking down at the camera.
The one I've been seeing a lot lately is it's like a Tom and Jerry one, and I can't remember what the context. It's like basically like someone breathes, and then it's Tom opening the door, and a couple cats are walking in, and they have like the cats' faces are replaced with the cannonball and the hat, the helmet, the crown. So it's just like basically anytime anyone exists, just start throwing shit at them.
Yeah,
and it's like, yeah, that's exactly what he fucking does. And like the crown always confuses me. It doesn't clash with anything that at least Richter has. So like, I'll just push it away, but I can't, and it goes fucking really far, and it comes back, and that always confuses me. I'm like, why would a crown come back? Like, what is going on? And like his belly cracking, and I still don't understand how that fully works. But he's a big body, so I could just hit him with a bunch of axes, and he usually just dies. But yeah, he's so weird. And like everyone I know plays him too. Like all of my friends are like, "Oh, King K. Rool is probably the one I'm probably main." I'm like, "Of fucking course you are." Everyone is doing this. He's like just everyone's favorite.
Speaking of Tom and Jerry, Nintendo, listen up. Next Smash, Tom and Jerry.
Bro, they might just be in this one. Fucking Joker from Persona 5 is in this one. I still can't even believe that's real.
They might as well. I mean, I know that Tom and Jerry they're not licensed Nintendo characters, but
fucking no one is at this point. It's so confusing. Like, I had slept through the Game Awards, so I missed that, and I just woke up with like in the middle of the night too, which is weird, and just full of messages being like, "Bro, did you see this? Bro, what is happening?" And I was like, "What is going on?" And so I'm
fucking Negan from
he's in Tekken. He's in Tekken 7. Super weird. That one's super weird.
Dude, no, I was like, no, take him out of Tekken, put him in Mortal Kombat.
He would be way better in Mortal Kombat.
He'd be way better in Mortal Kombat because he could he can use his barbed wire bat in Tekken, but it's like a barbed wire bat in Mortal Kombat. Like, imagine the final like.
Honestly, I'm surprised he's not, because they seem to love like horror things, and like they had the whole like basically every major slasher villain has been in Mortal Kombat. They have the alien from or the Xenomorph, I guess the real name from Aliens. He's in Mortal Kombat. Like a lot of weird picks, but they all make sense. Yeah, and that's the next. Other Realm game is in Mortal Kombat. Oh, no, the Mortal Kombat 11. They announced that, which looked dope. Yeah. That was actually super sick. That trailer's fucking hot. And, like, that looks fun as fuck. But, yeah, I can't imagine where... I think Spawn is going to be in that one.
Really?
I think. Because he was going to... It was him and Hellboy were on a vote to be in Injustice 2. And Hellboy won, but barely. And so I think they're like, fuck it, Spawn. And Spawn fits probably better in Mortal Kombat anyway.
Have you seen the new trailer for Hellboy?
Yeah, I did. That looked kind of cool. I
forgot that that the sheriff from Stranger Things is Hellboy. I completely forgot.
Yeah, I totally did too. And then like
I remember seeing something on Twitter about there was like a story about him like getting like buff for the role, and then I just like heard nothing about it.
Yeah, it's like kind of disappeared.
It felt like a year.
Yeah, it felt like I guess because they were just doing it. I guess they just made it happen.
And then the trailer dropped the other day. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I totally forgot what was happening. And then like I don't like his face looks weird compared to the Ron Perlman one, but I guess I'm just comparing it to the Ron Perlman one.
I guess.
And I just like that one a lot more because that's like Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
That guy's amazing. His whole career is made about him just being in fucking plastic and prosthetics. Like, it's just amazing. Like, great, good for you, man.
I don't know if I'd have that much patience. I'd probably have to like do like a couple movies, like after just like a movie where I just sit in a makeup chair and just get prosthetics like thrown on me for hours.
And you're just sweating.
I'd have to like space out those types of movies.
Yeah. I would never be able. I mean, I've never had it done.
Rom-coms in between.
I've never done it. So maybe I would enjoy it, but it does seem like a lot.
Yeah.
It's like, oh god, and you just sweat because it's just plastic all over your face. You just die. Yeah. But it does look kind of cool. I like the concept of Hellboy, and I recently thought about reading the comic. But it's always such a hassle to do comics illegally. So I never do. Like the only one I've read lately is the Power Rangers one, which was dope. But like,
you ever go on YouTube and just watch like the videos of just like the panels, panel by panel?
I've never even known that existed, but you may have just saved me a lot of time.
I'm pretty sure. Like that's what I did for some of the Walking Dead issues because I just got tired of buying them.
Oh yeah. I haven't read The Walking Dead in a long time. I haven't either. I was super into it when it was like starting out, and like I got up to like basically the All Out War arc, and I don't think I finished it.
Did you get to the Whisperers?
No.
Okay.
That
They
doesn't
just
sound
got
good.
to that in the TV series.
Okay.
Which I'm actually very excited for.
That's that. What do they do?
They
Feel free to spoil this at all completely for me, because I don't care.
so
I remember I had opened a recent issue going, did I read this far? And I opened it and Ezekiel was dead, and I was like, nope. And I closed it and put it away. Definitely didn't get this far.
the Whisperers are like in the general area, like the general vicinity of where the main group is. They're just like kind of
They
on
still in
the
DC?
fence of the territory. Yeah.
Okay.
They're kind of just like on the fence of like the Whisperers territory. They get introduced. Man, I forget how they got introduced in the comics, but in the show, they kind of killed Rick off.
Oh yeah. I heard about that.
But
he's
still
gonna do the
alive.
movies or something.
Yeah, he's gonna be in a movie. Like they just like put him in a helicopter and just like sent him far away, and then just did a 7-year time skip.
What?
Yeah. And then so now like there's colonization and there's like a lot of drama between the groups, and they go out on this run to rescue Eugene, and
Eugene.
like he's all right now, I guess. But they find Eugene, and they've like recently realized that there's like a herd coming towards like the main like group, and they just act differently. Like they mull around and they don't really go anywhere. And so the reason being is because there's actually people in there, but the Whispers they whisper, and they wear they wear like the skin of like zombies.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's how they can get around, and they can control herds,
okay.
and they can manipulate them to go whichever way they want, which makes them really dangerous because you don't know which one of them is a zombie and which one's not.
Right. Okay. That makes it. That's probably a better call story-wise, because zombies have been irrelevant for so long.
Yeah.
So that's cool that like they're kind of a threat again. Because really, like what I felt like reading it was like a lot of people just talking, and then someone would fuck up, and a huge like tidal wave of zombies would come, and like 3 people would die, and then it was just a couple more issues, people like dealing with that, and that was just that over and over again for so long. I'm just like, oh, we're just dealing with this thing. Things are going kind of well, but I don't like you. Oh my god, zombies everywhere. Oh my god, 3 people died. Let's talk about that now. And it's like, that's kind of a silly thing to do. But once I got to Negan, I was like, oh, okay, now we got like a person that we're dealing with, and it's like a threat and these alliances.
Yeah.
A lot more fun. So that's actually kind of a cool idea story wise, to be like, let's just bring zombies back and make them a threat again and be relevant besides just like a fucking plot convenience to like, let's destroy everything.
Oh yeah, the most recent episode of The Walking Dead was probably one of the. It wasn't scary, but it was definitely like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like, and I haven't felt that way about The Walking Dead in a long time, especially with zombies.
Yeah, that's true.
Because like basically they've just become just the easiest thing to take out. Occasionally they'll have some really stupid idiot get bitten by one, but like I haven't seen anyone get eaten by a zombie in a long time.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anyone just have any zombie related death
Really?
in a long time.
Yeah, I guess because I mean, and that was kind of the point of where it was heading with like right before Negan, where Rick's like, we are the Walking Dead, like the people are the problem, not the zombies. Like the people are the monsters, I guess is more what it was. But so like it kind of made sense that the zombies would become less of a threat, because zombies are not really a threat. Like once people kind of get their feet on the ground, so once people are stable a little bit more and like actually have these civilizations or whatever. I mean, what can a zombie do? Like why? And I don't know. Is there ever a reason they explained why they don't like just totally like rot away? And there's constantly more.
I mean, yeah, every season the zombies get like. I love the makeup on that show.
Yeah,
it's incredible. Greg Nicotero does an incredible job, but they get more. They deteriorate more over the years.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That's why I always
with
figured
every
like
season.
yeah, like they would just eventually stop. But I don't, and they've never figured out why.
I don't know how long it's going to take for that. I mean, even in the Walking Dead comic books now, there's still zombies.
Right. Yeah. And I've never known if he's ever going to put like a canon reason for them to constantly be around, and like there's never like a shortage.
Yeah, or a reason why it ever began.
Right. Yeah. There's still no answer
Nope.
to that. Yeah. That's and that gets kind of frustrating. Like it's like I kind of would just like to know.
And also, it's like, when is this going to end?
Apparently, never. Like I was listening to an interview with him, and the whole reason he started The Walking Dead was because he liked zombie movies as a kid, but he hated watching them end. He's like, well, even when they end and the heroes get away and they survive, there's still more zombies they have to deal with.
Yeah.
So he's like, what if we did a zombie story that never ended?
Yeah.
And it's like, bro,
that's the direction they're going with the TV show too.
oh yeah.
It's like, if we can do 20 more seasons, that'd be great.
Yeah, no.
No.
No, thank you.
Nah, no one's gonna stay on that long, I think.
Yeah, and a lot of the
Yeah,
actors want to get out
someone
too.
will. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they want out, and I can't. I'm surprised you even still keep up with it. Like it must be like such a fucking chore at this point.
I kept up with Supernatural for,
okay.
for 13 seasons. I can hang on a little bit longer for The Walking Dead.
How many seasons of The Walking Dead dealing with right now?
9.
It is 9?
That was
gonna be my
and
guess.
then it comes back in February.
Jesus, wow. The only like long-term show I've like ever really watched a bunch of is Game of Thrones. And I'm rewatching that now.
I'm only on season 3.
See, I think I only got to season 4, and then I was like, then there was like the gap period between season 4 and 5. It's like, fuck it, I'll read the books over the summer. So I read all the books, which wasn't a lot compared to like where the show ends up, but so I know what happens until like season maybe 5 and 6 or something, and then things start happening. Like one character dies in the books, and I'm fully aware of that, but I see him all the time in promotional material, so I'm like, well, I know they did his death in the show because I remember people talking about it. How did he come back? So I'm like very confused and very interested in like where this thing is kind of going. But it's like one of the weirdest like things of media I've ever done, where like I'm fully aware of what's supposed to happen, but like because it's so massive, I also see a lot of promotional stuff for it, and it leads to me just being very confused of like, why is this stuff happening? Why is it this person is still around? Did they just skip this person's death? Did they just need to keep them on? What is happening? I'm so confused. And now it's been so long since I've read the books or even seen the show. I'm just watching it like being like, oh yeah, this happened. Oh yeah, this character. Totally forgot about that.
Yeah, that's how I'd feel. I was talking to my roommate. I was like, I want to get back into Supernatural because I know there's like 2 new seasons out, but I haven't caught up with it, and that show's been going on forever. Like, I remember all the old shit, but it's like the new stuff. I'm gonna be like, I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. It's on. God, what season are they on right now? I think 15.
Wow, that's crazy. I can't do like. I'm amazed. Like my brother's rewatching Always Sunny, and I walked in on an episode. I'm like, "What season? This must be like season 2 or something." He's like, "This is season 6." I'm like, "I guess I watched a lot of this show." Like,
yeah,
this is weird.
Yeah,
because I remember none of. Like, I remember thinking like, "Oh, I didn't," because I didn't finish it either. And I was like, "Oh well." I must have only watched like 4 seasons or something. I must not watch a bunch. And it's like, no, this is the long ass time you watched this for. Yeah. Then they took it off Netflix. It's like, I don't deal with Hulu. I don't fuck with that.
What, Hulu?
Hulu, never, not even once. No, commercials kill me.
I only use Netflix and Hulu because, the commercials do kind of kill me. But I have like shows on Hulu like Bob's Burgers and Family Guy that aren't
on other places. Yeah.
God, I should have picked two actually Bob's Burgers is really good, but Family Guy's kind of just like dropped off.
I haven't watched it in years. My brother will watch it occasionally, and I'm just like, I you still with this? He's like, no, I don't know. I just something to put me to sleep. I'm like, yeah, right, that's fair.
I just enjoy it when I'm high.
That's fair. Yeah, that makes sense. My favorite like I'm intoxicated show, even when I'm sober, is Octoon Hunger Force. I ended up some podcast I was listening to like referenced it, and I was like, fuck, that show's hilarious. So I went on the evil part of the internet and just found all of it.
Yeah.
And now I have it on my computer. I just like watch it all the time. I can't watch 1,000,000 episodes in a row because it's real dumb, but it's like so fun. Just be like, this is so stupid. This is so great. So like right before bed, or like I just went to like a bar and I'm kind of a little drunk. I'm like, I'm gonna put this on. Just, oh yeah, this is so dumb. This is amazing.
Yeah.
And they do anything on that show. That's like, it's just amazing. It's like, hey, we're gonna do this really weird plot line. You're like, yeah, you are. I'm totally on board. It's so I do respect and enjoy like dumb TV, but it is nice to occasionally watch something where it's like, oh, this is really fucking well done.
Yeah, like prison escape documentaries.
I've never watched any of those. I like watching a lot of murder documentaries. I never see anyone trying to do the opposite where they get out.
That was just like name one. Like I had like a long like streak of just like watching like Family Guy reruns, and then I just started watching this prison escape documentary on Netflix. I forgot what it's called. It's on my history, but I was like, this is a nice change of pace,
right? Yeah,
from dumb TV.
Yeah, it's like kind of nice to like watch something where you're like, oh, this is brilliant, like super fucking smart. Like my favorite show of all time is Nirvana the Band, the show. A show no one's ever heard of and no one cares about, but I love it dearly. You can buy season 1 on Amazon Prime or YouTube, I think, too, as well. But it's Canadian, so it's actually like impossible to fucking like get. Season 2 exists, and I have it. I have everything, but like they don't.
You have like a physical copy?
No, I had to pirate
okay.
it. But they were like, "Hey, Viceland's kind of fucking us right now, so if you're anywhere besides Canada, feel free to pirate this." And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I will." You can actually buy it. If I have like a Canadian iTunes account, I could buy like season 2. But I don't, so I can't.
You sign up for a Canadian iTunes account in the United States?
No, I need a VPN to do it because the way iTunes does shit. So like, and
What's
like,
it say?
it's so annoying because like I've done, and the thing too, I've gone, I was like, oh, what if I go to like the Canadian version of Amazon and I go to buy it and they're like, we know you're American, you're not allowed to buy this. I'm like, fucking, what do you want from me? Just take my money. So like, it's been hard. So I had to pirate it, whatever. But like, the show's amazing. It's super fucking fun. Like, really, like they do crazy things. I'm like, this is so fucking smart. I can't believe. Like, I was watching an episode. I rewatched season 1 for the 5th time over Christmas, and because everyone left me, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna watch this show forever. There's one Christmas episode, but I'm gonna watch the entire season. And there's a scene where they're like, in the Christmas episode, they like recreate, because a lot of the episodes are themed around like a movie. So that one's themed around Home Alone, and so there's the part where like running through the airport. And so they have to like get somewhere, has nothing to do with an airport, but they're running through it. And I was like, oh my god, their outfits are different. And then the next episode, they go to Sundance, and them going to Sundance, them in that airport they filmed that part while they were going to Sundance, and that's because they're wearing those outfits. Like, oh,
that's funny.
Now I see like this thing. So, oh my god, this is so great. It's just like a lot of fun. And then the other show I love a lot is Search Party, which everyone should watch, but no one listens to me. It's so good. And don't look up anything about it. Just trust me and watch it, because anytime you look anything up about it, all descriptions are talking about season 2, which spoils all of season 1. The premise of the show is it's a bunch of fucking millennials in New York City, and they're all real bad and selfish, but they're really fun. The person who's writing it are like actually a bunch of like millennials or people in like their like early 30s, but it seems like it's written by a bunch of like 6-year-olds who fucking hate millennials because they're so accurate and it's so funny. But like it's and they're all just super self-centered, and then the one girl, she hears, like, I think on like Facebook or something, that some girl they went to college with, none of them were friends with, she lived in her hallway, went missing, and she's like, I'm gonna make this my journey to find this girl. And that's season 1, and like things just keep going places. But if you look up anything about it, they spoil what happens at the end of season 1 because they describe season 2. And for some reason, that's the only time anyone ever describes the show, is like, oh, it's about this. And it's like, no, it's not. So I would recommend not looking it up, but I think the show is fucking brilliant. I actually really like the show a lot.
I'm actually going to write this down.
Yeah, it's super fucking smart, and like it's really funny. I
need new shows to watch.
Yeah.
Because after Dave and I do the Bandersnatch thing from Black Mirror.
Oh yeah, I wanted to look into that. Apparently it's super cool.
I'm going to need something new to watch.
And then whatever that... what is the other thing? Oh, that movie, Bird Box? Is that what everyone keeps talking about?
Yeah, everyone keeps talking about it. Everyone keeps saying it's a good movie, and then I went on Facebook, and then I saw somebody, they were like... Bird Box was a 6.5 at best. Stop overhyping this movie. It was all right.
I know nothing about it except for the thousands and thousands of memes I keep seeing about it, and it's just like of her like with a blindfold on, and I'm like, whatever. Or the fact that they keep making jokes that Michael Jackson is alive in that movie because she looks like Michael Jackson, and I'm like, that's just kind of offensive.
Yeah,
that's just a mean joke.
Let the king of pop just let him be dead.
Let him rest.
Let him rest. He's suffered enough.
Yeah.
The hands of the evil doctor.
Yeah, dude, that was. I mean, I guess I don't know. Not to get into my Michael Jackson apologist, but like, yeah, I love him so much.
Yeah, he was America's treasure.
There was a point where I don't know what inspired it, but I was like, I'm just gonna listen to him a bunch, and I would like. Just like went down this huge rabbit hole and listened to like all of his albums. I'm like, I totally see why people like him.
Oh yeah,
this is amazing.
He's incredible.
Like this is insanity.
Yeah.
Even the shit when he's dead and he was like, this isn't good enough. We're not gonna. So like they released like 3 like post-mortem albums. They're all amazing.
Yeah.
It's like, how did he do this? This is crazy.
It's crazy. I think I think it was a family member had tickets to his final tour.
Oh fuck.
And then it's just like he's dead. I'm just.
That's so sad. How did they even like reimburse that? Did they do anything for that?
They probably did. They probably gave everyone their money, but they had to.
Yeah, they had to. Yeah.
Those tickets were probably really fucking expensive.
Really expensive.
It's Michael Jackson.
Yeah. I also had the same experience with Lady Gaga, where I woke up with it. I always wake up with a song stuck in my head. And usually I know what the song is because I've been listening to it a lot, or it's whatever. And I woke up with a like, let's say Lady Gaga song stuck in my head, but I didn't know enough about her discography. And I was like, I don't know what song this is. I want to get it out, so I need to listen to it, but I don't know which one it is. So I'll just listen to all of her stuff. At that time, she had like 3 albums, but the 4th one was on the way. And I was like, oh, she's fucking brilliant. I just love her. I love all of her stuff now.
Yeah.
And now I'm a huge fan. I'm obsessed with her. I love her so much. Like every album I think is so smart, so interesting. And it's like all of it's like you can kind of tell like where she is as a person for each one. And like the first one is like she's the party girl doing whatever she wants. She's I think 22 at the time or something, so she's free and she does what she wants. She fucks what she wants. She's doing whatever she wants. The second one's like, I have a platform now. Let me talk about like fucking equality and like gay rights and all this stuff. It's like, okay, this is pretty cool. That one's slightly more dated because it was like early, mid 2000s where everyone's like, oh yeah, we should care about this, but not everyone does care about it. So it's kind of like, oh well, I agree with you, but some of these songs are a little charged in ways that I don't like. That'd be more fun if you were just back to just sucking dick, whatever you did in the first album.
Yeah.
And then third album is just her being like, I'm a woman, that fucking matter. And I'm like, yes, you do. I love the third album.
Yeah.
Art Pop's amazing.
Yeah. It's nice to see the evolution of an artist through their albums.
I think it's really cool, like when especially in someone who has such little work but is so prolific. It's like, oh, you can really see how this person is changing. And then, like, the fourth album is her just, like, of which I love as well. It's mostly, like, a folk album. Yeah. And she's, like, singing about, like, her fucking grandmother who died and what that meant to her and, like, some things she's struggling with and stuff. It's like, this is amazing. So I think everything she's ever done is just amazing. It's just fun to watch her journey and, like, actually grow up to be a person and, like, a full-fledged adult or whatever. And it's just super fucking cool. I like her a lot. She's fucking super smart.
Yeah. You don't even have to listen to her music. She's a household name. Everyone knows who Lady Gaga is.
That's true, yeah. And like I knew who she was. And I like barely listened to any of her shit. And so like it was just nice to like go and be like, oh no, I see why she's like everyone knows about her. She fucking earned this. Like she is so fucking talented. Yeah. Like she's doing a residency in Vegas. And I was like, fuck, I wish I had money because I would go there in a fucking heartbeat just to watch it. Because there's one guy. So there's a music producer that I follow who the reason I know about him is he did a song with Grimes. His name at that time was Blood Diamonds. He goes by Blood Pop now, probably due to the fact that Blood Diamonds are not a positive thing.
Yeah.
So he changed his name to Blood Pop, and then he started doing work with Lady Gaga on Joanne. And I was like, oh shit, okay, so fucking homeboy's getting up in the world. Yeah. And all he does all the really actually in the Perfect Illusion music video, he's the guy playing the bass. He's like a super tall white dude with like really white hair. So he's in the video, and so I guess I was like, is he on this project? And I went to the Wikipedia page, like, oh, he's like worked on like 5 or 6 of these songs. Like, okay, and so he's a good friend of Lady Gaga. So I follow him on Instagram, and like he went to her Vegas show, and he was like showing videos. I'm like, this is amazing. This is such a good show. Like, holy shit. Yeah.
Man, I would love to go to Vegas just to go to Vegas.
I'm not much of a gambler, but I would like to just hang out.
I would like to go in Schenectady when Rivers opened. Yeah. Dylan and I went for his birthday dinner. We didn't gamble, but we walked around and we saw people gambling, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, people like are like, number one, I'm not even wealthy enough to gamble.
Couldn't imagine.
Like trying like if I were to gamble away like $50, I'd be like. If I lost that $50, I'd be like, fuck.
Yeah, no, I can't. And like, I'm a crazy person, so I very much am like, fucking go home, go hard, and fucking go home. So I just like go way too hard to the paint with everything I do, and also easily like addicted to anything. So I was like, oh man, I'm totally gonna I'll try this. I'll try gambling. Let's just see what it's like. So I went with a bunch of my friends like right when it opened, and my one friend sat down to play craps. And that's way too complicated. And I was like, I don't understand what's happening. He's trying to explain it while he's playing it. I'm like, this is a lot. And my other friend was like, let's just go play blackjack, and that's a lot much easier. All right. So I sat down, and I won like 6 hands in a row. And I was like, oh, okay. I see why this can become a problem. I can't do this. I have to stop. Oh yeah. Like, this is too scary. Like I don't have the money to fucking do this. Like I'm a problem. I can't do this. Yeah. I know this is gonna get out of hand. I'm done. I can't do this.
My family and I, we went on a cruise to the Bahamas in 2014. It was like a early graduation gift, I guess. And
it's a dope gift.
yeah, it was really nice. I had a fun time, but when we went to the casino area, I got like addicted to slots.
Oh shit.
I actually won $200.
Oh, that's good.
But after that, I was just like I can do more. And my brother's just like, he's like, no.
Yeah, man,
no, stop.
Have you ever heard of David Cho?
No.
He's an artist. He did the mural in Facebook's head office. That's kind of how a lot of people know him.
I haven't even seen that. I'm gonna look
It's pretty cool looking. But they paid him in Facebook stock, so he's fucking loaded. And he did a podcast with Kevin Smith a couple years ago, and it's a 2-parter. They're just kind of going over his life and his career and like how he was like, he pretty much was like nothing until this moment or whatever. And so he was like addicted to gambling, but would gamble and like win or lose millions of dollars a night, and he just didn't give a shit because again, he's paid in Facebook stock. He has infinite money. I was getting to like
it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So like that's
so cool.
Yeah, he's a really cool artist. He does a lot of cool stuff. Kind of like surreal type stuff. But yeah, he kind of got he was getting like really into it, and so he had to bring a friend with him, and he was like, I'm playing with $1 million, and that's it. As soon as I get more, or like as soon as I like gamble enough to double that, or I lose that, you cut me away. And so he would just be sitting there, and the guy would be like, fucking be like aggressive with him, be like, fucking no, we're leaving. He's like, fuck you, I'm gonna keep playing, because he was so addicted to fucking just gambling. He's like, no, we gotta go. And he just pull him away.
That's
like,
crazy.
He like needed someone to like sit over his shoulder and just be like, and we're done. And he's like, all right, that's the only way I'm gonna get out of here and not waste like $15 million in a day. It's just, I can't.
It's not good to
that.
be addicted to anything.
Yeah, it's not fun, and like
Like,
it's
it could be the tiniest thing too. Like if you're out there and you're addicted to eating boogers,
ew.
like you gotta stop that, man. I mean, I know that there's some scientific like reasoning behind it that it's like healthy for you, but it's gross.
What?
And
That's real?
I think.
No, I disagree. I disagree. With science.
I disagree too, but I think I've heard something about it.
That's insane. I've never heard that, but I mean, there's always like that thing where you're like, that's not real.
Yeah.
It totally is. Yeah. So I try not to get like addicted to things. I wish I could be stay addicted to something that was like productive and just like healthy for me, or like, you know, making a video or getting my podcast out on time.
Getting addicted to actually, there are good addictions, I'd say. Actually.
Yeah, I think there are. I mean, you can, you know.
Now you put it that way.
I mean, you still can't like absorb your life. There are things you probably should do.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
you should get out and see people.
Yeah, see family and friends. Don't like absolutely eat you, but you know, I just wish I could figure out a way to like hone that in to a more productive setting. Because like, yeah, sometimes it's just like, and that's why I thought like streaming would be kind of a good idea, because it's like, well, I really like playing this game for like 8 hours, so I should probably just stream it.
Yeah.
So like, that generally feels like it'd be healthier and a better way of doing that, but at least I'm bringing joy to others or something. Better someone's life by just, you know, ruining my own.
Yeah. It's nice to see. I've gotten to the point now in streaming where every single time I go on, I know that there's always going to be somebody there that like likes to watch me.
That's awesome. So hey, I haven't actually talked to you about streaming since you were on my show. Like, how's it been since then? Like,
It's been good.
Because you were just partnered when you first came on or something.
Oh no, I am not partnered.
Oh, you're not partnered.
No.
Something happened where you like just hit something, or you had like a threshold or something. You had a follower count.
I hit like 500.
That's what it was. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So you like still around there? Did you jump up a bunch?
Close to 1.6K.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's real good. Wow. Hit 2 more 500s.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
As soon as I hit 2,000 followers, I can go for partnership, but
Okay.
I don't think I'm ready for it yet.
Oh, really?
I don't think I'm ready.
What does that mean?
That just means that people can subscribe to your channel.
Okay.
For $5.99,
Okay.
and you can do like a monthly subscription, and that I don't know the percentage of what Mixer takes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the ratio is, but you get paid like monthly from your subscribers. And also they just implemented a new feature with Mixer Season 2 where you can, I don't know if you've been on Mixer lately, but there's like a skills.
Yeah, I don't know
thing.
what that is.
You can post stickers, and you know how if you watch streams you accumulate sparks.
Yeah.
That's like a currency that every channel has, and you can spend sparks, and for partners there's like a diamond, like there's like a meter.
Yeah.
Up to like 1 million, and then it keeps adding after 1 million.
Mm-hmm.
And once you reach a certain amount of sparks from your chat sending it to you, you get a payout.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Is it
So
like a
it's
set payout? Like so much every time you
yeah.
get this million or whatever?
Yeah, so it's like I think it's a couple million, and then you get the payout.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when,
Okay.
but it's a free way
To get some kind of- So why don't you feel like you're ready for it? But just pretty much you just get money. The option to get money.
I don't think my community is there yet.
Okay.
In terms of viewership, which is completely fine with me. You know, it's just I don't think that I don't want to waste my time like applying for it, knowing that I'm probably not going to get it.
Oh, okay. So even though you hit that threshold, you could still not get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They look really hard at your like analytics and stuff like that.
That makes sense. They're gonna
To see how far your community has grown in terms of viewership.
That makes sense. That's cool. I mean, it makes sense that if they're gonna pay you, they might as well fucking make sure that you're.
And
you're
you also have to like be like engaging with chat. And you have to be like someone that they want to represent their brand.
So they don't have that many Mixer partners then. Like,
They have. There's a lot of Mixer partners. There's been a large influx of Mixer partners.
'Cause I feel like Twitch just hands that shit out like candy. So what did you do at PAX West, where you were like with the Mixer people and you like hosted something?
I
meant to ask about that. That's super fucking cool.
My friend Lena Axios, she's a partner.
Okay.
She's one of the top female streamers on Mixer. She's one of the top streams on Mixer.
What does that like number wise look like?
like who is the top?
No, like what is like a top person? Like I know, you know, you look at Twitch, like a top person is like 100,000 people watching at once. But like what's which is kind of inflated and weird because it's only like 3 people. But like what does like a top person on Mixer look like?
Normally they'll have like hundreds of people in their chat. I don't know how to really put this. It's just like a more hype atmosphere with partnered streamers.
Okay.
Like or at least the top partnered streamers, I guess.
So yeah, you were hosting.
Yeah. Lena was given this time slot because like Mixer was doing like streams all throughout PAX, and we were on the main stage, and she was given this we were given an hour to do improv.
That's fun.
Yeah. It was.
Had you guys done any of that before? Any of you?
I did in high school, and in like I used to take improv classes.
Oh really? Where'd you take it?
It was this like local. I was at this like local church. Like we met there. It was what was the organization? It's called Drama Kids.
Oh, okay. So it was like an improv thing for kids.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I did that up until near the end of middle school, and then in high school we did like the spring plays and stuff like that.
Oh right, yeah, of course.
and then they implemented drama class at the end, and then we did a lot of improv there. But I hadn't done improv in a long time, and we had to be PG.
Oh, that's not fun.
So it was
that's super hard.
And we didn't know what we were gonna be given, so it was kind of there's 2 streamers. I have like their sticker somewhere, so I was just like looking for it so I could reference who they are. But I think it's on that big whiteboard behind me. There's like a sticker. Those 2 guys right there.
What's that say? Rifterworks? After Work Rebels?
Yeah. They go by AW Rebels on Mixer. They're it's like a duo. And Ian, the guy on the left, and Jason, the guy on the right, they were shoutcasters for Hype Zone for Fortnite, because they do Hype Zone live there, and they got double booked at the same time. They were supposed to be doing it at the same time we were on.
Oh,
so we only got Jason. And it was fun. I think we did very well for what we were given. I mean, it was just, all our schedules were all over the place, but it was all right.
That's super cool. It was
still cool. Yeah. It was an experience, and you learn from your experiences.
Right, yeah.
So it's like next time if we do something like that, we'll be better.
Yeah, and it definitely seems like you personally are getting like all sorts of opportunities with the Mixer thing, because you even did some stuff when you were at PAX East and stuff, and so that's pretty sick that you just have like so much going on. That seems to be
I think it's
well.
just because I know the right people,
which I guess that's life in general, right?
I'm blessed to have and like Lena knows this. Like she's been like a really good friend of mine for like pretty much like when I first came on the Mixer. Like the more like I got to know her and like everybody else, and it was, I don't know, it's changed my life in a way.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's just super cool to have that, because like not a lot of people do get that chance, but like I guess you have to like do something to make that chance happen. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So it's still going well and everything like that.
Yeah, it's still going well.
That's awesome. How often do you stream?
Man, I used to stream almost every day, but now it's not that much because I got a new job.
What are you doing?
I do maintenance for South Colony Schools.
Okay. So
I'm there Monday through Friday, 3 in the afternoon to 11:30 at night.
Okay.
So I usually come home.
I'll go to bed.
Sometimes. Sometimes I'll stream. And then sleep during the day, but then sometimes I'll have to get up. My sleep schedule is really fucked up. I have no set sleep schedule, so that's why my channel has been kind of just like dead right now. People joked about it too on we did a Jackbox stream. Have you played Jackbox?
I have watched people play it, but I've never actually played it.
Okay, there was we did Quiplash, where it was just like you fill in like a blank, and it was just like it's like, I forget what it was, but one of the responses was YoungRetro's dying channel. I was just like, I just started dying laughing.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. 2019, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna have a solid schedule down.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I should probably figure out like something with that, because it's fun to do. I don't know. I'm debating if I stream Kingdom Hearts 3 or not, because like the game means a lot to me, and I'd like to experience it really just kind of like personally.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't help because like there are so many people out there trying to spoil the shit out of this game, and it's already leaked twice, and it'll be out in Japan 3 days before we get it over here. So the odds that someone just comes in and just drops some fucking bomb on me would suck.
Yeah.
So like, I don't really want to be like, I don't know if I'm going to do that, but I do enjoy streaming all the other ones, and I definitely want to, even though I'll probably keep going through in the timeline order, and it probably, if I don't get to, which I probably won't, because it's going to be like a month from yesterday, I think the game comes out. I think it comes out the 29th of January. I don't think I could finish all of them unless I continue to not have a job for the month of January, which hopefully is not the case. I would not really be able to finish every single one of them until that point, because like, I could get through one in, what's the trophy? 8 hours? Whatever the trophy is. There's a trophy for beating the game in a certain amount of time, and I can do that super easy. So I get through one really fast. Two's a little bit longer, and then I don't like Chain of Memories. I don't think, I might even just watch the cutscenes on YouTube for that one, because I still just hate that game so much. And then I don't know much about 3D. I've only beaten it once, and 3D is fucking crazy. There's so much plot happening all the time in your face. And they just, anytime any franchise is like, hey, fucking time travel, right? You're like, fucking no, what are you talking about? And it's like, we're dealing with time travel now. You're like, but why? This is already complicated enough.
Yeah.
So that one, although the most important one I need to play to remember what the fuck is going on and why there are 3 or 4 versions of Xehanort at one time, it's just, I don't know that one that well. And like that one's kind of long, because you have to, like, there's the 2 storyline. Anytime they add extra characters to play between is always a nightmare. I don't know why they do it. No more. Please stop.
Yeah.
Just give me Sora and let me move on with my life. I don't need
Someone's going to hop into your chat and be like, all right, so what's going on? It's like, oh my God.
Right, yeah. It's like, well, hang on.
Where do we start?
Yeah. Because that one is so unnecessarily complicated. And, like, but I'm very curious how it plays on the PS4, because it had, like, a lot of weird, like, DS mechanics, because on the 3DS originally. Mm-hmm. Like, so weird things that were like, this just uses the bottom screen.
They never fixed it?
I don't know. I'm curious if they did. I've yet to ever seen someone actually play it on the PS4. So I don't know what it looks like or what you do, but, like, I'm fascinated why it would, like, how it changes or what it does. That game's so weird. And, like, it's, every one that's not basically 1 and 2 is horrifically broken in some way, and it's just, like, not fun.
Yeah.
Because they just, and, like, that makes me nervous, because they moved, after 2, they moved the Kingdom Hearts department to Osaka as opposed to the Tokyo office in Square Enix. And so it's the Osaka team is what everyone talks about when they talk about, like, the bad ones are the ones that have problems. And because it has been moved there, that's where 3 was developed, and 3 was developed in a fucking nightmare. It's been 5 years. It's been 5 years since 3D, so they've had time to do whatever. Nomura wasn't in the office because he was working on 15, and then they moved him to there. Then they brought him over to fucking try to work on Final Fantasy VII Remake at the same time. And then he got, finally, they're like, fuck it, just stay in Osaka so you can finish this goddamn game. So it's always a nightmare. And the way Square Enix does everything, it just confuses me. Like, there was a guy actually jumped in my stream chat with Mixer, and we're talking about, like, the release things with Kingdom Hearts. Because, like, there's the Kingdom Hearts, only Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out on Xbox. None of the other ones are. Yet they have a PS4 game called The Story So Far, which is all 9 games. 3 of them are movies. They just show the cutscenes, and then 6 of them you can play on 2 discs for $40. And they are not releasing it on Xbox. I don't know why. And this guy was, like, trying to argue with me, like, oh, well, they would just get more money. I'm like, I don't disagree with you, but we're talking about Square Enix. They don't do the smart thing. They don't do the thing that makes sense. Yeah. They do nonsense, and we just have to live with it and question our sanity of why we keep supporting these nonsense. Yeah, so they're just, like, they do such crazy, weird things that don't make sense. It's just like, I don't understand why I support you the way I do, but you're the only ones that make games I like. Mm-hmm. And so that's, and the fucking whole thing with Final Fantasy 15 and Tabata, the director for that, just being like, peace, I'm out, fuck this. It's like, I don't know what's happening. But why were you making this game, like, never end? Like, there's so many, there's still, like, I have the platinum in Final Fantasy 15. My trophy percentage is 50%. That's how much DLC has released since that game came out.
Wow.
I 100% of this game, the first month it came out. I did everything you could. And they've added literally double that since. I don't even know what's happening. There's so much going on. There's so much content. And it's like, I could go back and play it, but, like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's how I felt when they did the prequel to Life is Strange.
Oh, yeah. Before the Storm?
Yeah.
I wanted to get it because I do like Life is Strange.
I got into it. The first episode was pretty great. And then they didn't answer any of my questions after it. They just kind of like, kept going forward with the story. Mm-hmm. And they never really touched on, like, one of the girls, like, Rachel, like, she looked like she had, like, powers.
Oh, that'd
the
be
first
cool,
episode. like that she it was
That
like,
was the friend of Chloe, like for years or something.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Like
yeah.
you know how did you play the first game?
I did play the first one. It's been a long time though, so I don't remember everything.
Like so you obviously remember the giant tornado.
Yeah.
Basically, the end of the first episode of Before the Storm. Do you mind if I spoil this?
No, I don't give a shit.
All right, so like,
if I cared, I would have played it already.
All right, so there's like an emotional moment that her and Chloe have, and then like she like burns like a photo of her father, and then she just like starts crying, like she screams, and like the wind just comes behind her, and just like blows like the like trash can over, and then like sets the whole entire forest on fire. So it like makes you think that she's like connected to like nature in some way. So she's the reason for the storm because like she dies, and then like she's just getting revenge on the town.
Oh, interesting.
But they never explain why the wind acted the way it did.
Right. Yeah.
Like around her. There were several moments also when she kind of just like there was like a tense moment at her house with her parents, and she's staring at this candle, and the flame gets bigger, and it's like they never really touched on why she's. I mean, I guess maybe they're just like, oh, like just infer. It's like, just like that's probably what it is.
Yeah, I wanted to play it, and then I just got distracted with something else when it came out, and then 2 came out. There's a sequel now, right?
It's not worth it. Yeah, the sequel's pretty good.
Is it? Okay. You don't play as anyone related to that original story?
No.
Right. Okay. It's like 2 brothers or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems kind of. I don't know. I'd like. Is there powers in that one, or is it going?
Yeah.
There is. Okay.
The little brother has powers.
Is it the same power set as before, or is it new powers?
No, he can make stuff move with his mind.
Okay. So that's cool. I do like the fact that like it's not the same shit over and over again.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the powers are like this universe just has people that get powers occasionally. I think that's kind of cool.
And they had a game that came out before that to hype up the new season. I think it was called Captain Spirit. I played it on
that
stream.
Was connected?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I thought that was like
did
just
you play that?
No, I saw it come out like on E3 and I was like, what is this?
Oh, yeah, I guess that kid's going to be in the new game.
Oh, no shit.
Somehow.
Okay.
I would love it if episode 2 doesn't come out until like February.
See, that's that.
January.
When I played episode Life Strange 1, it was already done, or episode 5 was just about to come out. So they did like a thing on Steam where it was like, hey, play the first episode for free. And then I was like, fuck, this is amazing. I'm buying the rest of these.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened. I think like episode 5 was just about to come out or had just come out or something. So they were it was like a promotional thing. And so that was nice just to be able to like go through it as much as I wanted or whatever.
Yeah, that's what happened with me. The game was already done with when I played it. So I just bought the entire game.
Yeah, like it was
all 5 episodes.
Yeah, my brother actually was playing it, and he was still living at home, so our rooms next to each other, and he had played like episode 1. He came in the room and was like, "Bro, just download this thing right now," and then we would like play the episodes like almost at the same time, and like be like, "What is going on? This is crazy!" Like, and then what'd you do for this part? And it was like a really fun like experience to like have that shared experience. Like, oh my god, this happened, and this happened, and this, and what do you think was gonna happen here? How'd you fuck this up? And, it's like that was cool.
Was it Mike or Ben?
Mike.
Oh, okay. Ben doesn't really seem like the type.
Ben plays primarily like Mario, and he is obsessed with Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Like if Animal Crossing,
I've listened to your guys' podcast.
Yeah. If he's told me if Animal Crossing Switch came out tomorrow, he would have a Switch today. He doesn't care how much money he has to spend. Like he's so in Animal Crossing that he would just like drop on it in a second. Mm-hmm. And like I totally appreciate that. Like I'm all about that. I love when people are like super fucking passionate about some weird thing that like it's just them. I think it's super cool.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, fucking let's go, Ben. And like I always like go like ask him questions about it because I like Animal Crossing, but I can't get into it for that long. I'll play it for like 2-3 months or whatever. I'm like, oh, that was fun, and like stop. But he's like 100% plays it every day, like does everything. He'll like control his towns. There's very specific people in there, whatever. Like he's very into it. So it's always fun to be like, so how did you do this? He's like, oh, you do this. You talk to this person on this day, and you do this. Oh, okay, sure. Thank you.
I had that Pocket like app for Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah.
Man, let me
Pocket Camp. Animal Crossing Pocket
Camp, yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I think Ben would like my screensaver. It's just I made like the most demented characters. They're just like the widest eyes, the weirdest nose, the weirdest lips.
Yeah, it's nice that they actually let you customize a character because for years it was like you answered weird questions and then that was it. It's like why they always do such weird things in Animal Crossing that's so confusing. Like you can't pick a skin tone. Why? And like it's weird too, because it's just like I get it. This game is made by Japanese people, and they just may not think that other people exist. But like, And it happens all the time with Japanese games where they're like, oh, I can pick
Animal
like,
Crossing was made by a bunch of game developers that were just like kept in chains underground
right,
for,
yes,
all,
they just
for all
don't,
these years. They don't know what the outside world is. That's what they think it is.
Yeah, and like Pokemon did the same thing for so long, and they're like, oh, I guess people want to pick what they look like, and so they've added that in Sun and Moon. It's like, yeah, I think people do.
Yeah.
Like, why are you making this so complicated? And even then, they only give you 3 options for each gender. It's like, I guess, sure, guys. Yeah, God, I hope the new Pokemon game is not dog shit.
Have you not played it yet?
Let's go. I don't get. That's not a game. That's not real.
Okay.
I don't care.
I was wondering if that's what you were talking about.
No, the 2019 one that's supposed to be the next follow-up to the RPG series.
Okay.
Because like I didn't care about Pokemon Go that much, so why would I want to play the Pokemon Go mechanics on a console in any capacity?
Yeah.
I would never.
I reinstalled Pokemon Go for PAX because everyone was just like, all right, we're going to go out and we're going to go hunt for Pokemon. I'm like, well.
See, that's the fun part of Pokemon Go. Why would I do that in my room by myself?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I mean, you don't play Pokemon Go in your room.
Right. I literally can't.
What Pokemon are you going to find in your room?
Yeah. So, like, it's just like, why? Yeah. And, like, the way they evolved Pokemon was so annoying. There's so many dumb things about Pokemon Go that drive me crazy. So I just gave up on it. And they're like, this is what we're going to do. And I just read an article today that the head of Game Freak is like, yeah, we're going to make games shorter because phone games are really popular. And I'm just like, fucking, what are you talking about? If I want to play a phone game, I play it on my phone.
Yeah.
I'm playing your console RPG on my console. Why would you do this to me?
Well, I mean, they have the Razer phones now.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
I tried to get a hookup with a Razer phone at PAX West. It didn't work.
Yeah, I imagine that's pretty. There's like, is it out? I don't
think so.
Yeah, I thought it was like in like development or something or whatever. Razer does so many cool things. We're just like, we're gonna try this insane thing. Like, fuck yeah, let's go. And that's just dope. I have a fucking Razer mouse and it like pulsates random colors. Like it's the Chroma or whatever, Chroma key. I forget what it's called. Chroma, I think. I only got it because it had. I need mice with 2 buttons on the side.
Yeah.
Because when I was playing WoW, like that's how I did like a lot of my class abilities. So I just was too used to it. Like I need to have this. And then also had the option to change DPI, which the mouse I had previously didn't. So I was like, fuck it, we'll go with this one. Yeah. And everyone's always like, your mouse is so cool because it just pulsates fucking rainbow colors. I'm like, yeah, it is. I guess.
Yeah.
Never even think about it.
People like things that light up.
Yeah. And it's cool too. Like it does cool things. Like when I used to play Overwatch a lot. When you picked your character, it would change the color of the mouse to the character you're playing. I'm like, oh, this is fucking
cool.
sick.
Yeah.
And like, of course, I don't notice it 'cause my hand's fucking over it. I'm not looking down when I fucking play. But at one point, my brother walked in. He's like, why is your mouse blue? I'm like, isn't it a rainbow? I'm like, oh, I'm playing Reinhardt. That's why. Okay. That's really cool.
I wish my mouse changed colors.
It's pretty neat. I don't know.
I've had this mouse since I've had this computer.
Yeah, it looks fucking worn. Well worn. A battle mouse.
Yeah.
I like a keyboard. Fucking.
Yeah.
I like the simple ones that don't really have a lot of extra stuff on them.
It sounds nice too. I don't want like it just like sounds
right.
Really
Yeah,
nice
it's a
as well.
full mechanical keyboard.
Yeah.
I have like a pseudo mechanical keyboard. It's like not fully mechanical or something. I didn't think it was. I bought it, I thought it was, and then I was like, this doesn't sound right. I looked it up, and they're like, no, it's like a mixed thing. I was like, all right,
yeah,
it works.
A streamer by the name of Atari Zero made this for me and sent it to me. Yeah,
that's sick.
Yeah, he did a stream of him making it, and I watched him make it.
That's so cool.
This thing's really heavy.
Is it really?
Yeah. You want to try and lift it?
Yeah, sure. Is it just like steel underneath? Is that what that is?
Yeah, pretty much.
Not to have you just to destroy your desk for me, but Jesus.
Yeah. Fucking nuts.
Yeah, it's super fucking heavy. I like the blood on it. That's cool. That's a cool touch. Did you get to pick the color that it glows? Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah, I wanted it to match the
logo
and
thing.
Stuff.
Yeah. Did you design your logo?
I literally just put up a background. My friend Norm helped me out with the letters, and we just went.
Okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say
it's just temporary.
I feel like
I've
now. Seen that background before, but I was like,
it's the most generic like retro wave background. That's like my channel like outline now. I'm hoping to change it soon.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want to be like known as like the retro wave guy because I know that like a lot of like streamers like that.
Yeah, and
also like if any streamer gets that retro wave thing to just claim it as theirs, it's that guy right there.
Oh,
fucking
right, yeah,
Dr.
it's definitely
Disrespect. It's Dr.
And
Disrespect.
It's like it's weird too because I was super into like vaporwave and stuff when it was like happening.
Yeah.
And like it's super dead now. Like it's not a thing anymore.
I still listen to it.
But but it's not new stuff.
Oh
yeah. It's like it's like the people who are doing it are like not. It's weird. Like it's kind of gone, and it was like it's like a meme now. But like people are super into it all of a sudden. Like I've done like 2 trailers for Smash events that were like vaporwave themed. years after anyone gave a shit about Vaporwave. Like, how are you guys just like finding this? Like, this is just becoming. It was like weird, like that it died. Like people that like the big figureheads that made it were like, it's dead. We're not doing this anymore. And then now people are like super into it again. Like I think Genericon's the convention at RPI. I think their theme this year is Vaporwave. I was like, how did you guys do? Like, why is it happening again? Like, it just keeps happening. Where I feel like the nerd community has just like found this. Like, oh, this is really cool. Like,
yeah.
So now they're like pushing it. Like, let's do a theme like this. And like, because I think one of the trailers I had done, that was the background they used. Actually, it was like that, like, little touch. It was slightly touched up. There was a sun behind it or something, but it was that mountain range with this like grid leading into it, which looks cool as fuck. Don't get me wrong. I like the aesthetic of it. I love it. It's just weird that like it's like had this second resurgence in like the nerd community after it like kind of died in the music community. It's like, huh, all right. Interesting.
It looks nice.
It does look nice, and like it's kind of like
I've always been a fan of those kinds of colors, like the very like,
the neon, the very
neon.
Yeah, I was just realizing that the other day. I was because in Monster Hunter you can like pick your color or whatever. You can dye stuff for like your armor or your Poogie or whatever it is, and I always set the Poogie's colors to the highest saturation, the highest hue, so it's like really bright. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I just like this a lot. I don't know why, but I like really bright, really saturated colors like way more than I do like more like neutral colors and like kind of things that are kind of calm. I don't know why, but I'm like far more fascinated with like just really heavy like deep color.
Yeah.
So I do think it's a cool aesthetic, and I do like the way it looks a lot. But it is, I mean, that's kind of like my logo's got aspects of that, the heavy pink and.
I love your logo because it's original.
Yeah, I just drew that myself.
It's original as fuck. Yeah, because that's how it is original because you made it yourself.
And it was like it's weird too. I don't even know what. I mean, it took forever for me to name the show. It took me like forever just thinking about like what the fuck do I name this? And like that was like the thing too. I thought it would just be like, oh, it's done. I have the name for it, but I just didn't. And it took like forever for me to. The name is Your Brain on Time. I should probably mention that on the show. But like it just took forever, and then I was like, once I got it done, I was like, well, I guess I'll just draw a logo. Like I've done this before, and so I just took a little while, and eventually it was done. And like the things about it I would change. Like a couple of the shadows don't make sense. I'm like I should probably fix that, but that's a lot of work.
It works.
Yeah. And it's like hard too because like no one's ever brought that up to me. So like I don't know if it's just me being the one who made it, being like, oh, I know how to fix this, make it a little bit better.
Oh yeah, because no one will critique you more than yourself.
Right. Yeah. So I'm like, that's why I haven't like done it. Because I'm like, everyone tells you it's good. You should probably not like don't keep fucking.
If someone
with it.
tells you that it's good, you should probably believe them.
Yeah. Like don't George Lucas this. Don't just keep going back trying to make it better. It's like if people think it's fine now, like let's just leave it. Like don't. So that's like the one thing like about that. I'm like, all right.
Don't George Lucas it. That's a new one.
Like, I'm not gonna keep fucking with this. I'm just gonna back up, and it's gonna be as it is. It's been but I don't know. The podcast is fun. I do enjoy it. And it's a nice thing. It's a nice thing to just kind of like blow my mind of like nonsense that I would like. I wanted more stuff. That I want to do like a more structured-ish thing. Mm-hmm. And I do enjoy a more like improv type thing. I think I don't necessarily want the whole thing like structured out and written. I just had a friend yesterday text me though that they want me to help them film music videos for one of their friends. So I'm like, all right, let's try that because I think that'd be fun, editing and music videos and shit. Yeah. But I don't know. I will see what happens with that. We were supposed to do like a movie together, me and this guy, and then he just kind of disappeared. So I'm like, oh, let's see if this actually happens. Yeah. Hopefully we actually get to work on this because I'd really like to do a music video. Because I constantly am like apply to like random editing jobs just on a whim because that's a thing I can kind of do. And occasionally they're like, oh, hey, can you send us like stuff you've done? I'm like, well, I have stuff, but it's not like a ton. I wish I had more to like just like dump on you and just, and it's just fun to do constantly working on some nonsense project. So I'm trying to figure out like what I can do like primarily by myself. Because that was the podcast thing. Was I like for a while before that I was trying to like do stuff with like a group of people and I could never get anyone to like sit down together or come up with an idea together. So the podcast was like, I'm just gonna do this by myself, and as long as I'm wanting to do it, it gets done. And so like having that was nice to. Now it just gets done. I'm about to do 70 episodes of it. And so like that's just cool. Like, oh, okay, this is living and dying by me. And so I'm trying to figure out like a video version of that where it's like I'm the one who makes this happen, so it lives and dies by me. And just kind of figure out what that looks like and what can I do with the minimal equipment I have and like, the amount of time I have, what can I do to, put out, and it's like somewhat original but also not just copying someone else or whatever. Yeah. Because like I have there's a couple of things I really like, and like I start writing or thinking up ideas of how to make something, and like, oh wow, this is a lot like this or it's a lot like that. Maybe I should try to figure out a way to turn this a little bit less like that, so it's not like I'm just copying this person I really like or whatever. I don't know. That's the fun of creating, I guess. It's just kind of figuring out what it looks like.
Yeah. That's content creation for you. I would love in 2019 to start doing live action stuff.
Yeah, I want to do live action stuff a lot because it's like I've always wanted to do a cartoon, but I don't have the patience or the skill set to do it well, which is a problem I have where I'm like, oh, it's not perfect, so fuck this. But I would like to do a live action thing that was more like basically a cartoon. And I think that'd be fun. Just something really ridiculous and stupid. So if you ever wanted to just film something, let me know.
Yeah, no, absolutely, dude. We should collaborate more.
Yeah, we should. I mean, you have the way nicer camera, so.
I gotta figure out how to use it, dude.
Like, first thing I walked in, I'm like, fuck, this kid fucking got the shit. All right.
It may look like I have like the good shit, but it's just like I'm gonna be spending time learning how to use this.
Yeah. What is the brand on that?
It's Canon.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's a sick camera.
It was supposed to come with like a handle with like a Rode mic, but it never showed up.
Oh, I got the Rode mic.
You do?
I do, yeah.
Oh, nice. But I gotta find like the
combined.
You know, like the handle that clips on top.
Yeah.
I gotta find one of those.
Yeah, I mean, you probably, honestly too, like you can just probably.
I looked on Amazon. I just typed in Canon XA20 like boom mount, and nothing comes up for it.
Yeah, that is. I mean, honestly, I'm surprised with how much.
Like,
stuff,
I don't want to buy another one of those.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't spend the money on it. But if you go to like go to Best Buy, they have like random pieces of equipment. Like you might not find exactly what you need, but there's always like a random piece of shit where you're like,
in the back. Like
no, it's like they have like a small, like a very one like aisle that's like video equipment.
I've seen this camera on sale at Best Buy.
Yeah, so they might even have it there. Like it might be every piece you need, but like there's
I
like
could just be like, hey, how much would it be? Could I possibly just buy this mount?
Yeah, and they probably would give it to you, honestly. But yeah, there's always like a random, like occasionally I'm like, fuck, I really need this thing, and I'll just go to Best Buy. I'm like, oh, it's here, and it's like the fucking super cheap. Like I just like I'll buy this then. But yeah, I have a lot of like the audio stuff and all that stuff figured out. So like I could actually, after we're done, I'll show you this thing I did with Mike, my brother, that we just shot in a whim. But he's super busy with his acting troupe that we never get anything done. So I just like to do more stuff like that because it's super fun. And like when I did that with him, it took me like 8 hours to basically from starting to shoot it to finishing it to editing it to like put the whole thing together. And I literally went to bed being like, man, I did nothing today. Yeah. Like I had so much fun. It was so like just a thing I wanted to do that didn't even think to me as like, oh no, I actually made something. I'd like put work together, and I just want to figure out a way to do that more. So yeah, if you ever want to just do something nonsense, let me know.
Yeah,
I'm 100% on board.
Absolutely,
because I love just making nonsense and silly stuff. Like I was watching Aqua Teen Hunger Force yesterday, and I was like, fuck, this is so brilliant, but it's so stupid and so fun, like. And it's so simple. Like it's done in After Effects for like I think $10,000 an episode or something. Like it's super fucking cheap.
Yeah.
Like they don't have to there's not a lot of effort put in. Like there's a lot of effort put into it in the writing and the being ridiculous, but like the actual production of it is super low key. Nirvana the band, the show is the same way. They pretty much have a show because it's like 4 guys. It's 2 guys with cameras and the 2 guys acting. That's it. And then they just go into reality and they're acting as characters and dealing with real people. And then they have their storylines when they're in the house, and like at all times they're wearing some lapel mic because it's supposed to be like a documentary, but like they never acknowledge it's a documentary. And it's pretty much just 2 idiots talking. Someone just has them with the camera and they'll talk to the guy with the camera, and it's like super fucking fun. Like I've listened to interviews with them. They're like, the reason we get a lot of funding or people want to allow us to make stuff is because we go to them with a budget. We're like, hey, this is all we need and we'll do it all for you, and you just get the final product. You don't have to do anything. And they're like, all right, fuck yeah, I'll give you guys $10,000. Or the first movie did was $40,000. So it's like, yeah, we'll give you $40,000 and you guys will have it done. I guess we'll just get a finished product. And yeah, totally. And like it's like super fucking cool. Like a lot of it is too especially for them. They just live near like. It takes place in Toronto, and the whole premise of the show is they want to go to have a live show at the Rivoli, but they're not really even a band. Like it's weird. They look like it's like almost never like centered around music. The one guy can play piano, and that's about it. And it seems like the other guy would just I don't know. But they just live near this actual venue. So what they will do is at one point they need a fire truck or like an ambulance, and one's driving by. They're like, fuck, let's go outside. And they just go outside and they film it, and then they'll just have a character standing near that. And so they have this footage of people being near this. All right, how can we apply this to the story? So they like edit backwards, or they create the show backwards. Like at one point they just went into in season 2, there's an episode where it's Jay's birthday, and they're like, but his birthday's on 4/20. Yeah. So in Toronto they have a big 4/20 fest. So the whole episode is centered around like Jay getting lost, and then like in the whole crowd of all these people. But they were like, all right, let's just film a bunch of shit in this thing. Doesn't have to make any sense. We can just do it in any order, and we'll just see what we have, and we'll make an episode out of that. And so like they just go out and be silly around this fucking huge crowd, get people to react in weird ways, and like be a bunch of stoners just goofing around. And then it's like, oh, okay, now we'll put this episode together. And a lot of the plot and stuff is done when they're at their house and they're just talking, but then it goes, so it's, and that's why I love them. I think they're so fucking smart.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I love the editing style of the Eric Andre show.
Yes, I love that. I was just thinking about that show on the way in.
Quick cuts.
Yeah,
like those are the best ways to like make, like that's what I would want to do. Like,
yeah, I want to do. I was just thinking that I want to do the same thing because I was just watching. I was watching something about that, and yeah, he just basically made the show and it just went to people and was like, someone want to put this on, and then people were like, no, and then Adult Swim was like, oh yeah, sure. Like, I love that Adult Swim type of humor, that like weird like, nothing that necessarily has to make sense. It's just kind of silly.
You ever see the one where he goes on the subway?
No.
Oh man, he like there's one where he goes on the subway. He's dressed up as like a centaur, and he's got like it's just like he's just like goes on the subway and the doors are trying to close and then like the back part is just stuck. And then he has these cakes, and then when the subway like stops, he just like pretends to like go forward and he'll drop the cakes on somebody.
Oh, that's awesome.
And there's another one, my favorite one. He comes in like a black morph suit, but his like head is in like a dog cone, and there's Fruit Loops like taped onto his like morph suit, and he has a giant gallon of milk and then a box of Fruit Loops, and he's like, ladies and gentlemen, I did not get the job of Fruit Loops. My body is now your communion. Please eat for me. He starts pouring the cereal in the cone and starts pouring the milk in, and everyone's just like running to the other side of the train.
So I love that shit. I love like.
Oh man, I respect the balls that guy has.
Oh, it's amazing. And like my favorite bit he has is when he like basically just makes fun of Instagram models. He'll have them on for an interview, but really just him tormenting these people, and it's so funny. Just like weird people walk in the room and make them uncomfortable, or like he'll just do something crazy and they're like, why am I here? How did I get here? Like, it's so I don't know what it is. It's like so fun to watch him just torment.
I don't know how I would feel going in with like a camera crew with going into like a store. I'd feel kind of awkward doing that. Yeah,
I guess it would be kind of weird. But I guess you have to kind of like...
Yeah, just kind of suck it up.
You just have to be that person who's like, I'm just going to be weird right now and do, and like... I don't know, it's fascinating too, because like Nirvana the band, the show, they'll do a lot of stuff with that where they'll interact like a store or something, but they don't necessarily always hide the camera, or they'll just, they won't even censor their faces, and like there's like a weird loophole with like the way that can be done. There's a video they have that's like 15 minutes long of them explaining like fair use and how they get away with a lot of the nonsense they do. And it's like, this is really weird and fascinating how you can just like, you can be weird and try a weird thing and people will be like, I guess this is how it has to be done. Like, it's weird. I don't know. I like that a lot though, like that kind of, not like being mean to someone and like fucking with them, but you being so weird and then just giving you a reaction. Yeah. It's like, this is so, like, it's just so fascinating. It's because you get the most raw of a human being of like, oh, this person's super fucking weird. And like, how is this person going to handle this like very strange interaction? I don't know. I love that shit.
You know that nature preserve that we used to run in like cross country? I had this idea of just like going out there and just like shooting like something like we just get lost in the wild. Yeah. Can't find our way out. And we just end up like eating each other or something.
Yeah, and like that's what that area feels like. Yeah. Because like this, it just never stops. Like, what is this?
Yeah. Fortunately, I don't think we could do it like during the winter.
Oh yeah,
but, like, summertime, that's definitely.
Yeah, like something. That. Yeah, I would totally do anything like that because it's just like, why not just be? And I just saw a shirt recently from a guy, a creator I like, and it was how is it worded? It's make art at an alarming frequency. Or make mediocre art an alarming frequency. I'm like, that's all I want. Like, just, I want to make nonsense.
You could put out like mediocre shit, and then eventually, like, something's just gonna be really good.
Right. Because you got to practice. You got to put that together. Exactly. You got to figure it out. You
got to fail. Yeah. Before you can succeed.
Right. And I'm looking. All I want to do right now is fail in video making, but I can't get anyone to just commit to make a video because so that's why I'm like, I guess I'll figure out how to do this by myself. But if you're down, let's fucking.
Dude, I'm fucking down. Let's clown. Do it.
Because that's all I want to do right now. I just
even if we just get together, just hang out and just bang out ideas.
Yeah. And that's all I need to do. And like, honestly too, like, I think it's important to reach out to people who already do make something, because then they can actually do something. Yeah. Because a lot of times I'll be like, oh, I like talking to these people. Let's try to do a thing. And it's like, oh, me liking you and us getting something done does not mean the same thing.
Yeah. No. Exactly. But that's both there for the both of us. Right, so yeah. I think that would be a really cool thing to do.
Yeah, I think we should definitely do that.
Absolutely. In conclusion, what would you say, in terms of creating content, what was a huge up for you and what was a huge down for you this year?
Ooh, interesting.
And this episode will probably come out because I got an episode to release first, so this will probably come out in 2019.
Okay. But so my 2018 making shit ups and downs. Good question. I guess what's a big up? I honestly, I think the thing I made with my brother, which I have never really shown to anyone, because I wanted to put it somewhere, but I've never found.
Is it an unaired episode?
It's not an episode of the show. It's like a 2-minute short like skit that we did, and like I want to find a place to put it, but I don't like the spot. Like the channel I have for the podcast, I kind of want to keep it centered around that, and it's not about that. It's just us being kind of silly. So like I that was the most fun thing I've made. We did over the summer, and I'd like to figure out a place to implement that in some way. But that was a lot of fun to make, and I really liked that we had that. And then I guess my biggest down. That's a good question too. Well, I guess it's kind of like a combination. Like, so I applied to work at Channel 10 for like the photographer editor thing, and like I got close, but I didn't get it, and so I'm like top 3 candidate or whatever, and like I wish I had done more this year, because then I definitely would have gotten it. And so it's like like I didn't make enough.
Yeah,
it's like, I mean, that's not necessarily the reason. That's just kind of the reason I'm giving myself. Like, if I just had done more this year and had a bigger thing to be like, look at all the shit I can do, I probably would have gotten this cooler job. So I think that is just the not having done enough this year. Even though I guess I'm doing a bunch, but like it doesn't feel like a lot. I would like to do more and to just be I don't know. I'd like this to be a full-time thing.
yeah, I would too.
What are your 2?
I'd say I guess my biggest up would be the entire journey so far. Because I would never have expected. I never thought I was gonna make a friend on Mixer.
Yeah, that's cool.
And like here I am, like in this like made my own community off of another person's community, and people are continually doing that with me. So
Did you start this year?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
I started.
So it was a big year for you.
I know exactly when I started. It was February 3rd.
Okay. Wow.
Saturday, February 3rd was my first live stream.
Nice.
And then pretty much everything leading up to now, I'd say was the up. The down, I'd say, was I didn't know when to stop.
Okay.
I didn't know when I was burnt out. And I think there were a couple streams where it was pretty evident that I was just not into it.
Yeah.
And I think people were starting to think that I was just not giving this my all. And I never wanted it to get to that point. So I think my biggest down was the fact that it got to that point.
Okay.
But now I think I know that I know when I'm getting burnt out, and I know when to take a break.
That's good. But you have to fucking, like you said, you have to fail to learn that shit. So
yeah,
that's pretty cool. Yeah. It's not even a bad down.
no, I guess because I learned it. I learned
early.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's good that you have that. Yeah. Well, thanks for having me on, man.
Yeah, of course, dude. Where can people find you?
You can find my podcast on most podcast services. I think I did that correctly. At Your Brain on Tom, and that is I think it's on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud. It's on YouTube. So yeah. Unfortunately, I'm horrible at branding, so all of my other social media is on at Ibernack, IBERNACK, because that was just my online handle. It's been my online handle for years, and I didn't think I'd make things, so I just started fucking using this handle. So it's just been that forever. And then my Instagram, because I'm dumb, I didn't know how to fucking use it. It's actually at tom.sincora, I think, so SINKORA. So I fucked that up because I was starting it. I was like, oh, this will be fun. I should definitely make sure I have the right name, so at least I can say it's the one thing.
Dude, I've changed my username so many times over the years. I'm pretty sure some people that follow me are just like, this isn't Daryl anymore.
Yeah, I've been using Ibernack for literally a decade.
That's crazy.
I was just talking to some friend about it, and I was like, fuck, I've been using this forever. And so it's like weirdly, I mean, it's literally like half my life I've been Ibernack as much as I've been Tom. Like, it's weird that it's like I just use it for everything because I can always get it. So whenever I start a service, like when I first started Snapchat, I'm like, fucking who's gonna use this? So I got Ibernack, and I pulled it up. I'm not like, and then it got weird. People were like, what's your username? I'm like, well, here's a story. It's not my name. It's this other thing. So it was always kind of like, oh, okay, I did this weird thing. But yeah, it's just been like, it's weird. It's weird to have this like constant name all the time. Like I don't even think about it. And like the reason I did it was literally so people could find me. If I ever was on a service, I was like, oh, just look up this. So I was like, oh, because back in the day, the name comes from playing World of Warcraft, and they didn't have the Battle.net whole thing it used to be, it is now. You had to, like, if you ever made a new character, you had to message your friend that was playing, hey, this is my new character, and then they would add that character. So you had to add it character by character, not like your whole account. So I would always, anytime I was on a new server or something, just go by Ibernac so people could immediately find me and then just knew how to spell it. And then that just kept going and going, and I've just been using the name for everything because I could always get it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a good name, though.
I think it's fun.
It catches the eye.
Yeah. Except for the I in the name because no one ever fucking sees it. I always get called Bernac.
Bernac, really?
All the
I
time.
see the I?
Yeah, a lot of people don't. For years, I always got that. And then I also would get Ebernac a lot. If they see
Ebernac?
yeah, I get that one a lot
I
too.
thought it was Ibernac.
That's what I've always said it was.
I always wondered where it came from, and now I know.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
a World of Warcraft
It was
thing.
my very first World of Warcraft. Still the only World of Warcraft character I play. It's like my rogue from when I was like in 9th grade.
I wish I could get in. I wish I got into World of Warcraft, but there's
No, you
so
don't.
many. No, I do, because I've heard like Dylan and Laura have like spent countless hours playing that game together. They've actually they've canceled like life commitments for it so they could
fun.
play it.
Yeah, of course.
Crazy.
We've all been there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's I play it like once a year, once every 2 years. When like the expansion comes out or right before the expansion comes out, I'll get back into it. But it is a time commitment.
Yeah.
And honestly, I wish I could play, or I wish I liked Final Fantasy 14 more because I only like the end game, but the leveling process is a fucking slog.
Yeah.
And it's just so, it's like WoW's leveling process is actually pretty fun. It's like really engaging and there's a lot of cool things happening. Or it can also just be endlessly mindless. But the Final Fantasy 14 one is very slow and it's very story heavy. And sometimes there's nothing going on in the story because they have to fill 10 levels of story. And it takes forever. So it's like really boring to like get through it. And I wish I could play that more because the end game is perfect. Like the raiding is really fun, the dungeons are really fun, and it's just like, and the grind is not too crazy, and it's like very it's very easy to like just keep up with people and whatever. So it's actually a really fun game, but it takes so long to grind to get to the next level, and that just becomes a nightmare.
Those games where you got to grind are sometimes the most fun though.
Oh, I'd love it. I'm a big JRPG fan, so if I can just turn my brain off and just fucking run around a field just killing monsters, I'll do it all day. But yeah, it's when it's really slow and I can't just like put a TV show on because there's gonna be a big story moment in a second, or I can't like listen to music because their music is also really good, so I'm gonna listen to the fucking Final Fantasy 14 music, so it gets kind of messy and I don't have a lot of time. I have to pick a game to play at all times now.
Yeah.
Like last night I was like, man, I should play Overwatch again. Like, no, I shouldn't. Yes, I'm gonna fall in that rabbit hole again. No, thank you.
Yeah. We all got games like that.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me on. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah, of course, dude. You're always welcome.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm a vampire, so I have to be welcome. Someone has to invite me over before I do it. I don't just ever invite myself to places.
Yeah, when I opened the door, Tom actually there's just like blackness, and then he just like pulled his cape down. I'm like, oh, it's Tom.
Yeah, I don't go places unless I'm welcomed into the threshold first. I don't know why. I don't like just barging in. Even my brother's apartment. And the first time I went to my brother's apartment, his girlfriend has very small feet. So I got up to the door and I was like, is this his? This looks like a child lives here. So I went outside and I called them.
That small?
They were super small. I went outside and called them like, hey, I'm here, I think. And he came down and like, oh, okay, this is his apartment. Okay.
Oh my god. So you just found out that you broke into some person's
That's what I was like, I don't really want to walk in here because like the door is unlocked. And he told me it was. So if this door is also unlocked and it's just a person with a child, that would be weird. So I'll call first. So yeah, but it turned out it was his apartment anyway. But
awesome. Well, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
And guys, you can also you know where to find me. You know where to find me. Thank you all for listening. I hope you all have a very great day. And this has been episode 5 with Tom. Go check out his podcast. Awesome dude. And we'll have him on again sometime. And you guys will see hopefully live action stuff from us in the future.
Yep.
All right. Bye guys.